we are live again, totally for the first time, not the second time.
Huzzah.
Now everyone gets to like the stream a second time. Yippee. Ooh. Love to see it. Okay. So nothing. Send a combo with a bubble. I don't care, man. It's not letting me click on my own stream. Excuse me, game. Or excuse me, YouTube. Let me start the
You
end.
can't watch yourself.
Apparently not. I have to pull up to have it pull up on my phone so I can see the chat that no one ever types in, but when they do, oh boy, I will be ready. But yeah, alright, yeah, it's up and running again. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but oh boy. Map, we failed. I'm just gonna let you do that. Okay. I have no clue where the frick this other... If this isn't the pipe I'm supposed to replace, then what is? I'm lost. Let me actually move this pipe off. Stop moving. Okay, so it is the pipe under to the right of the third thing. So this pipe right here. So is it going to let me grab it? Because it was not letting me grab it when I was first trying.
Looks like you're... Oh, yeah, those are yellow lines. Thought you already had it.
Yeah, there's no option to grab this pipe. So, like, what's up? Do I gotta jam into it and break it off, or what?
I think so. That's usually the best option.
There's gotta be... I've gotta be doing it wrong. There's a different pipe I'm supposed to replace, but I don't know what. I feel really dumb. Oh my gosh. That is where it is? Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb.
You got a long way to go.
It's not actually that long, but I'm just gonna leave this pipe up here and say screw it, because I know I have another pipe back at the factory.
Oh, you got a lot of pipes now, don't you?
So, why does that pipe look like that then? Oh, it's so dumb. So what coins did you get?
Oh, I got some silver $half and lots of silver dimes.
Nice.
And then I got lots of albums that some of them have pennies, but I don't know which ones are valuable. I got some VDB pennies, which I think are valuable. But they have to. When the penny, the Lincoln cent was first made, it had wheat on the back. That's the wheat cent that everyone talks about. But the VDB pennies were only made in 1909, I believe, and they might have been made a couple of years after, but they were only made for a couple of years, and they had the initials of the engraver on them. But apparently they were controversial, and they were removed from the coin. But now those VDB pennies are sought after. But I think they're sought after in high condition. Like, there's a lot of coins, especially Morgans, where they're just kind of like normal Morgans, kind of they're worth like a little more than silver value because they're Morgans. But if you get them like nice and shiny, not like if you Dremel them or clean them, like I mean one that's originally shiny and nice. If you find one of those, all of a sudden in the same date and the same mint mark, it'll be worth a shitload of money, and it's just because like I can't. Oh yeah, here a good example is the 1934 S Peace Dollar. Those are pretty cheap. Yeah, Peace Dollars are pretty cheap, and so you could probably get one of those for like 34 bucks. But now, if you want a nice Peace Dollar, a nice 1922 Peace Dollar, that might be like 50 bucks, and you can get a really nice one. A really nice 1934 S Peace Dollar. That's that cheap Peace Dollar I was telling you about earlier. Same price as like any other Peace Dollar, but in good condition. That one's worth thousands. It, yeah, because all the 34S's, I don't know exactly why. I'm sure coin people would know a lot better than me, but there's like all of them that were made were circulated a lot.
You are my coin.
I'm only a baby. I've only got. Yeah, I have more experience in that, but it's like old experience because I wasn't really paying attention. My grandpa loved coins ever since I was really little.
Yeah, whatchamacallit, when I was a kid, me and my brother both had a book where we collected the Pennsylvania and the Delaware version of each quarter for all the states, and I don't know where the book's at now, but I think we did eventually get all of them. We didn't get like the special versions and whatnot, but we got at least all the P's and the D's from each state, which is, I don't know, that's cool.
I'm
That was
surprised
cool as
you
a
did
kid.
that. You got the Philadelphia and the
Oh yeah,
Denver mints.
Philadelphia. I don't know why I said. Yeah.
I'm surprised you did that. My grandpa got a coin book for all of me and my cousins, me, Kevin, Kira, but it's just Philadelphia, I think. It's just Philadelphia or Denver, but it's all the state quarters, and those didn't age well. But like, I bet you haven't heard of this. This is something that relates really well to our age. You know the state quarters program, how it was made to make the quarters beautiful and bullshit, and now quarters look normal again. You know how
Sorry,
quarters
yeah,
look.
I was expecting you to just go on, yeah.
Just wait, please. My mom was talking to me. Shoot, I can't even remember what ramble I was going. Oh yeah, the quarters. They did do a new program. It's called like the Wonderful Women program. I think I can't remember. It's like Women of America, and so they're showing Women of America on the back of the coins.
Yep.
I actually got one, and I thought it was really weird. I was like, I've never seen a quarter like this before, and it had a ballerina on it. It was actually the first Native American ballerina, and I thought that was really weird because I don't know if you know anything about that, but ballerina dancing is like really fucking hard and insane.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to go through like grueling. Yeah, I thought you knew how grueling it was, and she was one of the first. Like, it's a very big feat just to become a ballerina, and it was I don't know, she might have been the first woman American, but she was a Native American, and she's on the back of a recent quarter, and I found one. But most quarters look normal now. But back a long time ago, before 64, you know how dimes, quarters, and half dollars used to have silver in them?
Yeah.
I did not know this. Did you know that there was, the state quarter collection? They actually kind of did that with half dollars. They're not state quarters, but they're called commemoratives, and they're stupid expensive if they look really nice. They're all silver because they were made back when the half dollar was a silver coin, and they have what's on the front? It's not Kennedy. I don't think they're not Walking Liberties, are they? Oh no, they're all commemoratives. Yeah, so the back and the front looks like commemorative to whatever it is. I can't think of a single one of them I can only think of the Subway collection, which that was a big deal because that was like what you said. A lot of people have like typesets, which means they have like a picture, like they have a version of every coin. But the Subway collection was the last collection sold that had all the commemoratives. There's 42, I believe, all 42 half-dollar commemoratives, but it also had like the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. That was the last full collection ever sold, and it was sold for like $2 million. And it's only, well, I think that would make it like 80 or maybe 160, 120 some half dollars. And like you could get a bunch of 120 silver half dollars for a lot less than $2 million. But the commemoratives, those are really sought after.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that, like I didn't even know. Oh shoot! I just watched you run in there so bad.
Move the pipe to the right. Oh, this will. Oh, physics.
Oh, nice.
Whew.
How did you manage that, dude?
Right,
what a save.
Not going that way. Anyways, as you were saying about coins.
Man, that save was so good. I can't believe you saved yourself like 3 times right there.
Anyways.
But, yeah, I couldn't believe that there was commemorative half dollars, and it's just so weird to me. Like, people think of the state quarters program, but I don't think anybody knows that. And the commemoratives weren't like state quarters at all, but still.
Rude. Sorry. Go on again.
Guys, push it. No, he's helping you. That's like me helping you.
Yeah.
The coolest thing that my grandmother brought, though, she brought a bunch of albums. They were in a safety deposit box. I didn't know my step grandfather, he collects stamps, but he also had a few coins, and mostly he had empty albums, which I actually liked because I could fill up the albums.
Yeah.
Like he had an empty Peace Dollar album, and Peace Dollars are my personal favorite. Morgans are literally everybody's favorite, and I know why. I will admit they're fucking beautiful. They're so beautiful, but I like Peace Dollars, and not a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But now I have a Peace Dollar book, but I don't have. I have quite a bit of Peace Dollars to put in there, but only like 22s and stuff. But oh yeah, the coolest thing is I got a I don't know if do you know the difference between a nickel and a half dime?
Half dimes
Yeah, half dimes are older. They're kind of like half pennies. My grandmother, in that little box of like knickknacks, that's where most of the silver was. There was some 6 half or maybe 7 walking liberties, which are like 3 walking liberties is a little over an ounce of silver. They're 90% silver, and they're really beautiful coins, and there was 6 or 7 of them in there. But there was a half dime, and those are really sought after. They're not only, I think, silver, but they're really collectible coins, like half pennies. If you have a half penny in good condition, holy shit, you can sell those for quite a bit. You have to get them graded, though, I think.
like Pokemon cards.
Thankfully, the grading companies, though, have been around for a long time. They're not... I watched a video about the Pokemon grading, and I was like, oh my goodness. The thing that I don't like, though, this is what bugs me. There's technically 2 big grading companies, but this other grade company got a good idea, and I'll tell you all about it, and you're not going to believe this shit. So there's this one guy, his name is John Albany. And he was the first, well, not the first. Annex was the first that started putting coins in plastic little holders and giving them grades. And they're the ones who came up with the grade scale. You probably don't know it. You know how you get 1 to 100 on a test?
Yeah.
Or 0 to 100. the coins, if it grades, it's 1 to 70. MS70 is like 100. That's the best possible coin, and you don't usually get that, you know, like on old coins. But because they're old, proofs that come off the mint, they get MS70 a lot, but people don't even care about those because they're proofs, and they were given from the mint straight to grading companies, so they're not really that valuable. Of course, they're MS70, but like Morgans that are in high state, they're really nice. But oh yeah, so there was this guy named John Albanese, and he was like, we need a grading company, and I don't know why the annex wasn't good enough, so he made a grading company. But he didn't like, they graded coins for a while. They were NGC, I think NGC was first. There what, I can't think of any other a corporation or like market that has this much. There's only two grading companies. There's PCGS and NGC. But what I hate is, remember, I said this guy named John Albanese, he created NGC because he got this idea, oh, I'll put the coins in plastic and sell them for even more and grade them. You know, I'll tell them they're this grade and it'll stay this grade forever because it's in plastic, and I'll sell it for more. But apparently after a while, he didn't like the way people were grading at NGC, so he went off and made another coin grading company, and they're like the higher end, not the higher end. NGC and PCGS are very comparable, but PCGS sells for slightly more than NGC coins do, and you can tell their holders apart because NGC holders are white. They're plastic and they have a white, you know, thing, and you can't see through them. PCGS are clear; you can just see the label. But John Albanese, this same guy, went and started PCGS, and so they started grading coins, and they're no more conservative than NGC. They're the same basically. They grade coins and they put them in plastic. But then this stupid motherfucker, I can't believe people let this guy do this. This guy was like, I'm not making enough money. I'm gonna make another grading company. And not this fucking guy. You know how these grading companies graded coins and put them in plastic and said they were MS, 1 to 70? Yeah. So this guy got a great idea. If you take all the MS65s, like all the MS65s of a certain date, does it make sense to you and me that one of them is going to be better than all the others?
I mean, yeah.
They should all be the same, but yeah, if you look at them, one of them is going to have better eye appeal, or it's going to look better than all the others. So this John Albanese guy got a really good idea. I'm going to put an even higher premium on coins. So he started another grading company, and this grading company doesn't grade coins. They grade graded fucking coins. It's called CAC, and what they do is the NGC and PCGS, those two companies I was telling you about, CAC, you can send if it's a slab plastic coin, you can send your coin to them, and they'll put a sticker on it if they think it's the best of that grade. And they're supposed to be like the most conservative, hardcore grading company. And I understand that they're supposed to be like really hardcore and conservative. But the thing is, this John Albanese guy just really wants to make money. He's just finding a way to make coins more and more and more expensive, is what I think it is. But like, there's some people who like graded coins. I prefer raw coins. But I don't like the problem with raw coins is you can have like clean coins and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the grading coins thing, though. I think it's just kind of a way to upcharge people on coins. Because my biggest thing about those holders, like, I don't know about you, but to me, like, do you, you know how, like, a coin, even if you don't touch it, if it just sits, a silver coin, gold will sit there and just be lustrous forever, because gold, it doesn't react with anything. But you know how normal metal is, like iron rusts, silver, yeah, silver tarnishes and it turns gray. And I don't know if you've ever seen a Morgan dollar, but eventually after they turn gray, they start turning like really cool colors. but for a while they have a really mottled tone that doesn't look nice. And even if you get those coins put in the holder, it'll what they call them is glass white. Those Morgans that look really nice, they're supposed to look like white when you look at them, kind of white and shiny, and they shouldn't be very reflective. If they're super reflective, they've either been cleaned or they're dimple, which is a very expensive type of coin, which I'm sure you didn't find. But you could have found one of those, and if you did, contact me. But I'm sure you didn't. But if you find a really shiny Morgan, they're usually like cleaned with like a Dremel. If you use a Dremel, you can make a Morgan really shiny, and that ruins it, even though it keeps, like, you can still see the date and stuff, but it ruins it. But I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, it was the tarnish of the case. What I don't like about those cases is if you like your coin, like a lot of people want their coin to look perfectly blast white. I don't care how my coin looks. I just don't want it to be cleaned or anything, because if it's been cleaned, that takes metal away. You know, like not if iron rust, but like well, yeah, if iron rusts, that iron is still technically on the iron. It's just rusted iron. It's oxidized iron. And if you keep removing the rust, eventually the iron thing that you have would go away. It would all turn to rust. Yeah. And silver is the same way. They say you can clean a coin about 4 times. The 5th time, that's your strikeout. 5 strikes and you're out, basically, with coins. And so you can clean them about 4 times with this jewelry cleaner garbage, but I don't even think you should do that. And I think they look fine even if they're mottled with that, because they get a gray thing. But after they start to look rainbow colored. But finally, off the tangent, my big thing about these grading companies is if you like your coin to look blast white, like really like it just came off the mint, even if you get it graded, it's still going to tarnish. No matter what, the only way to get a coin to not tarnish is you have to get this. They're not super expensive, but it's called like a shield. They sell them specifically. They sell them for pennies, actually. Because I don't know if you know this. You remember how I said if you set gold out, it'll just stay lustrous because it doesn't oxidize?
Yeah.
Copper is the polar opposite. Copper reacts with fucking everything.
Yeah.
Silver is really good. It doesn't really tarnish. That's why a lot of the coins look really nice still today.
Or something on it.
Yeah. With copper and bronze,
also, pick incommunicado or sunken.
Sunken.
All right, cool. All right, go on.
But bronze and copper love to tarnish, and so they sell these specific things. If you get a penny graded, you know how it's in that plastic slab I was telling you about?
Yeah. Hello?
So, is your game broken or something?
I said yeah. What?
Oh, I didn't hear you say yeah. So if you get a coin graded, it's in a plastic slab. And I think NGC and PCGS, the slabs are the same size. I have a couple coins graded from each company, but I don't buy graded coins for the most part. I stay away from them just because they're more expensive and stuff like that. And I don't really care. I don't care if the coin's graded. You know, I just want to put it in a book or hold it or look at it. And I have my own little holders. Yeah, exactly. And I have my own little holders that I like more than, you know, they're about the size of the coin, you know. Yeah. But they sell these ones. If you get a penny or a bronze is more ancient coins, but bronze and copper are both super reactive. And so they sell these things, they're called copper shields. And I don't know quite exactly what's in them, but they're a little like white cardboard thing, and when you put them on the plastic graded coin, it still shows the coin through a little screen, and it shows the insert that says like the grade of the coin, MS, you know, whatever it is, or you know, if it's not good, at, you know, like port. Yeah, well, if it was 13, it would say, I think, VG, very good. But yeah, it would say VG, very good for 13. But
MS-13, what a shame.
yeah, MS means mint state. AU is almost uncirculated, which is 50 to 59, and then below that is extra fine, and then very fine, fine, and then very good, good, and then poor. And poor, this is what irritates me. You know how I said the grading scale is 1 to 70?
Yeah.
And you know how if you get like a 60% on a test, you fail it? It doesn't matter if you get a 0% or a 60%, you failed?
Yeah, well, depending on the class.
Yeah, I guess in college it matters because you need points more. But with coins, what irritates me is if it gets a grade of 1, it's considered good. 1 is good, but everything else is considered poor, I guess. I don't really, like, poor is, I don't even know how you get a poor grade. I maybe 1 through 2, but like everything is considered good, and then it goes up to very good, and I don't know why it is that way, but it is. And those copper shields, though, back to those things, those protect. Do you know what a Faraday cage is?
I feel like I've heard of it.
Some science teachers put them in their rooms to show kids. If you put a Faraday cage like around you and step inside of it, your phone won't work anymore because the waves can't go inside of it. A Faraday cage is just a cage that's made. You can make it with chicken wire, but it's made with metal, and it's small enough that waves can't get through it. And so, you know, it's kind of like a tinfoil hat, I guess, you know, it protects you from all the alien waves and stuff. I don't know, but it protects you, like a radio would not work inside of a Faraday cage, and your phone doesn't work inside of a Faraday cage. And a microwave has a Faraday, have you noticed when you look at, you know, through the plastic of a microwave, how there's like that grid there, that black grid? Yeah. Kind of like a screen. That's the cage. Because if there was no cage, you'd feel the microwaves heating up your. I mean, that would be really bad. You'd be getting straight. You'd probably get cancer very quickly. I don't know what would happen, but it wouldn't be good. It would cook you. But there's a cage inside the microwave to trap the microwaves, the literal microwaves, from escaping the microwave. And these copper shield little things for your coins, I think they have some sort of like Faraday cage, but it's for sulfides and whatever it is that interacts with copper and bronze. And if you get one of those and put a silver coin in it, I think it won't change colors. But that's my big thing about these graded coins. Even if you get a coin graded and it's slapped in plastic, if you put it, you know, on the counter for a long time, it's gonna turn gray, and it'll still, you know, gray coins still look, or like if you send a gray coin into one of those grading companies, they can see if it's, you know, like an MS coin. Because it's gray doesn't mean that the grade is any worse, but it doesn't have as much eye appeal.
Yeah.
And in my opinion,
and if you're just
like
collecting
toning.
them.
Yeah. And in my opinion, I like toning. It takes a long time, but eventually, like I was telling you, they turn gray, which doesn't look nice. But after that, they start turning rainbow colors. Oh, nice flip you just did there in your Hummer.
Completely screwed myself.
Oh, I can't see what you do after this. Oh, no. Oh, no. You flipped yourself right to the... That is the worst way you can be.
I'm like 10 feet away, too. Obviously, that wasn't the trail you're supposed to take to get there. I have now
That was the Dougie way. You almost made it the Dougie way.
I have now learned that. That's my bad. That one's on me.
Another thing that was cool with the collection that my grandmother brought, it was very small. There was just a small, tiny little box of coins about as big as like about as big as a phone, about as big as like 2 phones stacked on top of each other, but it had quite a few coins in it. And then she brought me several albums, and the albums didn't have coins in them for the most part. Some penny ones did, so I got a steel cent, which I thought was really cool. I wanted one of those, a nice steel cent. Do you know what a steel cent is? Back during World War II, I believe. They're the 1943 penny. It's a wheat cent, but I thought you'd know what they were because they talk about steel pennies a lot. There was a shortage of copper during the war because they used that in bullets, obviously, and so they needed more copper, and so they no longer put it on pennies, and so the pennies during 1943 are steel, and they are magnetic. They're the only U.S. magnetic coin. And I got a really nice one in the penny collection. There's a really nice cent, which I thought was cool because I just have an affinity for those. Because what I think is so cool about steel cents is they look silver. They're very reactive, though. Steel will rust and turn black, but it still looks nice, and I like having a cool steel cent. But he also had the two most filled books was a filled book of Canadian pennies and Canadian nickels. And I was like, I don't even know what to do with these.
I remember trying to get a Canadian dollar for my quarter.
Canadian silver dollar, or like a bill?
That was one of the coins that I was saying, like, I didn't get any of the special, like, weird ones in my collection, in my book with all the quarters. And, oh my gosh, I can't believe I tipped over. But that was one of them that I could never find, was the Canadian coin.
Like a coin made in Canada, or a
Canadian dollar.
Okay. Oh, you were looking for a Canadian silver dollar?
Sure.
I think that, I don't know if because we made it, like, after 1935, that was the last year America made true silver dollars.
Yeah.
They were called silver dollars afterward, but they're Ike dollars, and they don't have any silver. I've got one right here. I don't know what years they were minted, and I think they're still legal tender as $1. They're a big coin, bigger than a $half.
Yeah.
But they're just they don't have any silver. There's some proof ones that are clad with silver, but anything plated is really kind of worthless. To a collector, it's worth a little more, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who would burn me at the stake for saying that. Oh my goodness!
You like that, Jim? I was waiting, waiting for you to react. Man, don't the Canadians call their dollar thing the loonie?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Loonies,
yeah, that's the one I was looking for, I'm pretty sure.
The only reason I know that they call them loonies, they sell them on the website where I buy silver dollars, and silver dollars are 90% silver. They're 0.7. They weigh the same as a Canadian silver dollar, but Canadian silver dollars are only 80% silver, and so they're a lot cheaper. But this, I think, is so funny. Have you ever seen a series on YouTube called, like, it's like the best of unintended consequences with the best of intentions, or something like that?
I have not heard of that.
It's a series, and they dedicate their show to things like one time in India, they paid people. There was a snake infestation, so they paid people to bring snakes, and people quickly learned, oh, I'll just breed snakes. And it made the snake problem way worse, because people started breeding snakes to get government money, and then when the government stopped paying those people, they just released their snakes into the wild. So there was more snakes than there was before they, tried to pay people to kill snakes. One of the things, this is why I know the Canadian dollar was called a loonie. One of the things they did in Canada, they thought this would be a great idea. They didn't like that there were strippers in Quebec. They wanted Quebec to be a more family-friendly city. And so to make strippers less appealable, I guess, to people, they put a 10-foot barrier between you and the stripper in Quebec. So in Quebec, you had to stand 10 feet away from the stripper. Now, I don't know if you know this, because me and you have never been to a strip club, but strippers do, in fact, make most of their money on tips.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that. So this resulted in something called the Looney Toss, where strippers would get pelted with silver dollar coins in Canada.
Hey, you gotta earn
Because
that money.
they couldn't throw their bills. They couldn't give them a $5 bill, so they had to throw a coin at the stripper that was 10 feet away.
Gotta make that money somehow.
I know, and so they quickly, I think, reversed the law because they realized instead of doing any good, all we did is just hurt women that were stripping.
All
They
we
just
did
started
was
getting
hurt
pelted
women.
with coins. But I think it's so funny because if you look up the Looney Toss on Google, it takes you to a Wikipedia page about that. And I think it's so funny. And that just makes me lose my mind that a guy went there and he was like, oh, I can't give you my $5 bill. I'll just throw coins at you, bitch. I just can't believe people would do that. I can't believe people would go to a strip club. But I just still that was so funny. Speaking of that, though, I do wonder how much strippers get paid. I wonder if they're like waitresses, because waiters and waitresses, I don't know if you know this. Did you know they can get paid less than minimum wage?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they get paid in tips. So I wonder how much a stripper gets paid. They probably get paid a lot less than minimum wage. That's probably a really shitty job. That never really occurred to me how bad it must suck to have to do that job.
I have no remorse for strippers. Not a sentence I thought I'd be saying tonight, but... Okay, how do I get in here without continually failing and wasting all my time? Obviously from the backside, it looks like.
I don't feel bad for strippers necessarily, but at the same time, like, no matter what type of world we lived in, they would still exist because men are the bad part, really. I don't want to be one of those feminist people, but men are the one that want the strippers more than the strippers want the strippers. There's always gonna be creepy ass men that want to go get hot and sweaty in a fucking. That's what's so nasty to me too. Fucking
Other
like,
men
just,
around you during it?
yeah, no shit. The whole thing is just weird as fuck to me. I don't know why anybody would want to do that or have fun doing that.
Things for you to do. 1, connect the tunnel exit base to the steel pipes facility. 2,
yeah, like I don't like gambling, but at least I can see the fun of like going into a casino. Like if you win big, that would be fun. And like Texas Hold'em without money is really fun. If I had to put money in just to play it, I might, just because I like playing Texas Hold'em, even though you really won't get your money back playing that.
Yeah.
And you get your money back playing blackjack, I guess. Your best chances are, but I don't even really like blackjack. I tried to count cards for a little bit, and I got good at the thing is, though, there's like 2 ways to count cards: the really hard, really smart way, and then there's this like up and down way. If you see a higher card, you like count 1 up, and if you see a low card, you count 1 down, and based on that number, because you want more low cards in the deck that the dealer has. Does that make sense? So you don't bust. Yeah, and so if you're counting cards really well and you see lots of, queens and stuff, and there's lots of, maybe like 2s and 3s in there, you'll hit more often, I guess. But I don't know when you're supposed to not hit and not hit. And then there's the really complicated way of counting cards, like knowing which cards. I don't even know how you could begin to count cards. Because my thing is casinos, I think they use 6 decks, but I don't even know if that's regulated at all. Like every casino could probably use however many decks they want to use, and so I don't even know how you could count cards because you wouldn't know how many decks there were, and I wouldn't even put it past casinos to like take some of the cards out. That would be illegal and against the gambling rules, but I wouldn't put it past casinos to be like, you know what, let's just take the aces. I don't know. If you play blackjack at a casino, are aces 1 or what?
I think they're either 1 or 11.
I thought so. That's how
if you get an ace and a king, then you get blackjack. But like if you get an ace and then a 5 and then a king, then it'll revert to a 1. You know, I think that's how it is.
That's where the term, like soft 16 or soft 17 comes from, because you have like a 17, because you have an ace and a 7, but it's a soft 17. Because if you hit over it, you just have an ace. You can count it as 1.
I hadn't heard that term before, but
yeah, they call them soft. If it's below, there's a certain number, eventually where it doesn't matter, but they call it like a soft, a 17 or 16 if you have an ace and a 6, because then it's only 7 or 8, so you can always hit a 7 or an 8. Yeah, and so they say it's a soft 17 or a soft 16, because you should always hit, no matter what. It doesn't matter what you're counting cards for. You should hit a soft 16 or a 17, because the dealer's probably going to beat you.
Speaking of gambling and chances, what are my chances of this route being successful the first round?
Probably more successful than your gambling on sports. So just take it according to that.
That's not true.
Good
no,
on
I had a successful night. Tonight. Thank you very much.
I was telling my mom about that. She thinks you have a gambling problem. She understands the whole football, but like fucking basketball, hockey.
Do you even know how much I bet? Oh, this truck is having a problem. Oh boy. But do you even know how much I bet? I could have bet $5 in the last year. 10 cent bets every time. You have no.
You're dropping 10 grand all the time. I
wish
your
I could
brothers
drop
get
10
comped in Vegas, and you expect me to believe you're dropping $5 bets? You have got the beginning of a gambling addiction, my friend.
Just for this, but I also.
Your brothers show up and they're like, "Oh man, we got a limo, we got the planes."
I'm not my brothers.
Looks like we have a bit of a situation.
Here's your high roller table, man.
Or like a
Please seat yourselves.
Find the damaged spot and patch it up. And while you're at it, see if you can lay
The
out a
drinks
route
are
for
on the
base
house.
at the field beans facility.
Your brothers drink, right?
What?
Did your brothers drink it all?
Oh yeah.
Like if they're. Oh, I thought they might if they were out. I didn't know if they would or not.
Yeah, they drink. Am I going to the same place?
I think you're going to that other place. I'll be right back. I need some stuff. I almost paused this stream. I'm not gonna pause this. I'll be right back.
Pause my stream. Hello, chat. How's your day going? We've been talking about coins and blackjack and other random stuff. Anyone have any opinions on such? I, for one, don't like blackjack. I think the game's dumb. But you know, to each their own. Anyway. Alright, truck, you got this. Honking, you are such a loser. Oh my gosh. Drove off the road. Yo, can I get in the excavator, my guy? I want that thing. That looks fun. I want that. Oh, you're awful close to the edge there, bud, aren't ya? Ooh, oh, big dip. You know what? I'm impressed. You handled it well. Oh gosh, I did not handle it well. Oh, let me get there. I'll help you. I'll help you. Don't give the mission up yet. There you go. Beautiful work. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. It's a free-for-all out here. You okay back there, bud? You got this, bud? Oh boy. You can reverse. You can reverse. Oh, you're not gonna reverse. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're so screwed. I'm not gonna be able to push you in time, am I? Wait. This way. Come this way. Oh, don't fall over. Don't fall over. Nope, nope. Saved it. I can't believe the mission didn't fail already. Oh my gosh. That's a heck of a save right there. That's what we call a pro gamer move. Beautiful work. Oh my gosh, I can't turn quick enough. That is a pro gamer move. Beautiful work. Alrighty. To replace pipes now. Oh boy. Where will the broken pipes be? How many is there? Just one? Where is it? Broken pipe signals. Blah, 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 blah. All these pipes are underground, aren't they? Why am I looking at this thing? Is it like... Oh, it's there. Okay. Alright, so I need to go back once again. Wait, do I? Do I need to... Yeah. I need to... So I can't... Yeah, there's nowhere here to put the pipes in. They're all... Yeah, because that's beams, it's pipes, yeah. What does that say? Okay, yeah, okay. So I return home, and then... Can I access my... Okay, yeah, this is a garage. Cool. Let's go to the shop, and let's spend some moolah on a new crane. Cargo crane truck. Mobile crane. Those were the ones. Alright, let's... Is this like a crane and a cargo truck? Is that what I'm looking at here? Oh. Yeah, I don't think I want that. I bet the crane's nowhere near as good. Ability, mobility, capability, weight. Crane capacity is 6. Was that 6 tons? Okay, so what's the one that I have now then? Boom length, lift weight. Alright, so yeah, it just looks better in every way. Cool. And plus it has cargo. That'll mean I won't have to drive my cargo truck at the same time, which I'm all for. Weird enough. Not enough money. I don't have 27,000. What have I spent? What have I had to spend money on? Oh, owned one. Okay.
Well, you had to spend money on the game to buy it. I mean.
Okay. Spent money on the truck and then immediately said not enough money.
Dude, I just don't know why you're complaining. You're not gonna be a full-time streamer with 5 people watching. Okay. You're gonna have to get the bigger trucks.
Gonna have to get the smaller trucks because the YouTube money. This isn't coming through.
And, no, I'm actually. This is, I would think, probably one of the best ways to get viewers. You're playing a new game. I would think that people want to. Some people are interested in. Well, I think some people are still like me. They're apprehensive, you know, like, oh, I like SnowRunner, but I know a lot of people were not like you. They didn't buy Expeditions because they were, there were a lot of new fans with SnowRunner. I wasn't a MudRunner fan. I'm a SnowRunner fan.
Same
And
here.
yeah, and I think I would like some of the MudRunner games if I went back and played them. But like Expeditions, I knew immediately when that came out that was nothing I wanted to play. And so it's kind of nice seeing you play this game because if anybody like me would have seen Expeditions and been like, yeah, I'm not buying that, and they'd see ROADCRAFT and think, I better watch somebody play that. And I bet if you go on Twitch, there's probably 2 people streaming this game. You're probably like one of 3 people in the world streaming it. So if anybody wants to see this content to see if they're going to buy this game, which I am considering, they have to come here. Just a blind gamer, guys. You guys have to subscribe for this ROADCRAFT.
Can I pick up this middle thing? Okay, that's not where I drop it. Cool. But this isn't where I drop it either, right? Or is this just not the right facility? Or this isn't metal, and that's why. That tractor is definitely metal, though.
When I say Morgan Dollar, do you know what a Morgan Dollar looks like?
No.
Oh, I thought you did, because they're the most iconic coin. I think when you think of like an old U.S. expensive coin, I bet you think this. If you looked it up, you'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen one of those before, because they're on the face of like every coin book of valuable coins. I bet you've never seen a peace dollar before, though. I wonder if you have or not.
I have seen very few coins in general.
I don't know. I wonder how many Americans though even know that Canada had silver dollars. I don't know. I guess if you put a gun to people's head, they would probably guess, well, yeah, I bet we had them, so... People could probably give it a good educated guess, but I was just surprised that you knew what a loonie was. But most people, that's like an esoteric thing for me, especially where I live. Because like one of the guys I watch, there's not a lot of people on YouTube that you can guess. A lot of the people on YouTube that talk about gold, silver, and coins are complete scumbags, and they're just trying to steal your money or get you to subscribe to some program. All of them are sponsored by some website, and I don't want to watch those people. I want to watch it. Like I found a few good people who just like they're really awesome. They run coin shops and they're really educated about grading coins, and they're fun to watch. And then another guy I watch. He's in Minot, North Dakota, which is obviously near Canada. And what's kind of neat is I started considering silver. Do you know what a silver eagle is? You probably don't.
No.
A silver eagle, the U.S. government mints them. They're not worth any monetary value, but they're 1 troy ounce of silver. So they're worth, a little over $40. Right now, the spot price is $42 almost. So a silver eagle is probably hovering, like a nice silver eagle. A silver eagle is probably about $50 because they're a little more valuable than a normal ounce of silver because they are minted by the mints, but they're made just to collect. Therefore, a lot of people put them.
Freaking thing out, am I? Sorry, go on. I'm
You can do
annoyed
it. You're gonna get it out. I can see you. You've almost got it. You're so close.
I'm gonna have to reset it. That tractor is heavier than I thought. Daggone it. Sorry, go on.
I kinda lost my train of thought. I can't even remember what I was talking about now.
Oh, something about silver dollars.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. What I thought was really cool the other day, did you know, I don't know when you learned this, but you know how I said earlier, coins made before 1964, half dollars, dimes, and quarters have silver?
Yeah.
When did you learn that? Like, did you learn it just now? Did you know the year that it cut off? Did you always know that? Did somebody tell you that?
It's general knowledge. I don't know.
Well, like, I don't think it's very general knowledge, you know, like, especially a lot of people my age, if you asked them, they would say, yeah, I think silver was in coins once. They probably wouldn't be able to tell you that silver was actually never in nickels. Nickels never had silver ever. They were never valuable enough. That's why half dimes are a little more valuable. They did have silver, and they're just cooler coins. They're older, like you said. But nickels are they never really had silver aside from war nickels. War nickels had 35% silver, which is very low purity.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, and pennies were copper, and then I can't remember when they switched to the zinc copper plated. But oh yeah, I don't think a lot of people would know like when the cutoff date was for especially like half dollars and quarters, like Roosevelt dimes. Everyone knows like Mercury dimes. You know, everyone knows Mercury dimes are more collectible, and they probably know they're silver. But even if they don't know they're silver, Mercury dimes they have that popular like connotation to them. People know, oh, you know, Mercury dimes. They're Mercury dimes. They're more
I'll say
worth
Mercury
more than
dimes
a
is one
dime.
thing I've never heard of.
That's one thing you've never heard of? Oh, I'm surprised. I feel like a lot of people have heard of Mercury dimes because when I was little, they were still something you could find, and like if you were really lucky, you could find a Mercury dime in general change because they're as big as a Roosevelt. But the thing is, what makes them so visible from a Roosevelt is they have a different head on them. You can see the Mercury head, very plain as day, different from the Roosevelt dimes. But like, I don't know if you knew this. I'm sure you didn't because you didn't know what Mercury dimes were. Mercury dimes were the dimes made before the Roosevelt dime, which is the dime we have now. But the dime we have now and the quarter we have now, several were minted in silver, as long as they were minted before 1964. And then the Kennedy half dollar, it was only minted 1 year with 90% silver, and that was the first year it was made, the 1964 when he was assassinated. And they did it partially because of his assassination, but they were also ending the putting silver in coins. They wanted to take it out, and so for 65 to 1970 they put 50% silver in the half dollars, and then they removed it entirely. So every coin after the 70s, 1970, has no silver whatsoever. Unless it says that it does. Like silver eagles, they say $1 on them. They're not worth $1. They're worth like 40, 50 some. And they are a 1 troy ounce of silver. It says that 1 ounce of fine silver.
Yeah, I know very, very little about coins, but I do know that this strapped cargo is a heck of a job. Those ratchet
I
straps.
don't know anything about coins, but this strapped cargo man, oh yeah.
These ratchet straps are doing the Lord's work.
But somehow this guy knows what a loony was. And I'm not talking about the tunes.
I know what the Looney Tunes are, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, everybody knows what the Looney Tunes are.
Oh boy. See, I meant to have this cargo strapped to the left so I could make it up that hill. It had a purpose.
It was a strategic pro gamer move.
Where's that? Another big excavator. I want that too. I want this game to just give me excavators and just let me terraform the entire place. Can I go? Pat? No, it's still over there. Yeah, it's right there. Do I have to? Oh boy. Oh, I just go that way. Looking at the path, making it 10 times harder than what I think it needs to be. Ooh. So what's your I know you said you really liked, not the one you said that you liked. Most people like Morgan's, but you like it more. But what is your like #1 coin of all time?
My number one would probably be peace dollars. I think those are my
That's right. I
favorite.
think you did say that.
I'm trying to think though. There's oh no, my favorite coin would probably be the thing is I like a peace dollar more because for a peace dollar you can get two of these. You know, if you have a nice peace dollar, you can get two of these. But this is very agreed upon. One of the most beautiful coins ever made by the U.S. is the Walking Liberty half dollar, and that actually does take the cake. That's the half dollar that was made from 1916 to 1940 something. I can't remember. Maybe I don't think they minted them until 60 some. I don't think they were made right before the Kennedys. I can't remember what the no, yeah, the Benjamins were right. Right before the Kennedy, the half dollar looked like Benjamin Franklin, and before Benjamin Franklin had a Walking Liberty on, and that's the design of the Silver Eagle. Now it has the Walking Liberty on one front, and on the back it looks like the Kennedy half dollar. It has the heraldic eagle spread out with holding the olive branches and the arrows. But my favorite coin is definitely the Walking Liberty half dollar. The Walking Liberty half dollar is the most beautiful coin, and a lot of people would agree with me. I think the agreed upon most beautiful coin is the St. Gaudens gold $20 eagle, but that's a very expensive coin. It was made a long time ago, and the back of the St. Gaudens eagle looks very, very similar to the back of a Walking Liberty. I don't think they're the same obverse or reverse, but they look very similar. It's an eagle flying. Or I guess maybe would you say taking flight or flying? Here, I'm going right here. I can just look at this. No, the St. Gaudens shows a flying eagle. The Walking Liberty has an eagle standing on a rock with its wings back and arched up. But yeah, the Walking Liberty is definitely the nicest coin, and they're all 90% silver. And some of them are really expensive just because of how nice they look. They are really, really beautiful coins. But a close second is the peace dollar. And not far behind third is definitely the Morgans. But Morgans, I mean, everybody agrees they're just the most beautiful. And when it comes to reverse, I would say that I don't know. I really like Morgan's for the obverse and reverse, and I like the obverse better than peace dollars, but the reverse of the peace dollar is my favorite thing. It's an eagle standing on a rock with its wings down, and at the bottom it says peace. It was a celebratory for the end of World War I. Yeah, and so that's why they call them the peace dollar. And they were the last real silver dollar made by the U.S. They didn't make 90% Ike dollars, I don't think. I don't even know when they started minting Ike dollars. They stopped minting the peace dollar in 1930, which was when I think World War II was about to begin. And then they started making the Ike dollars probably in the 50s, I think.
Anyone in chat got any favorite coins?
No, it couldn't have been in the 50s. What'd you say? Oh, you're asking the chat.
Anyone in chat got any favorite coins?
Pennies!
I don't know, you've kind of incited my coinage. I'm never going to get any more coins or care anything about them probably after this night or whenever we talk about them again, but you've incited my interest for at least the next half hour. Oh.
Now, I think a lot of people got into collecting recently because the pennies. I was always, doomed to be in it because my grandpa, he liked, the coins, so I was always going to like them. But I didn't know that recently pennies, during, like, the COVID thing, coins kind of skyrocketed, and they found some collectible pennies that are, like, more modern, and so they were like, hey, look through your modern chain.
Was my bank account.
But yeah, during COVID, people were like Morgans. I didn't know this because I started buying them after COVID. That's when because I was in the hospital for all of that. I didn't have COVID. Had fucking brain surgery. But
Really
yeah,
wish you
I've
would have
been in
had
the
COVID.
hospital. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Probably take that over this bullshit.
Um,
But yeah, I was in the hospital from like 2017 to like 2023. And then recently I started my big thing was like not only Clash of Clans, but fucking like Destiny 2. All games are not worth,
This
like
bridge has seen better
I don't
days.
know,
If
like
you feel up
Terraria
to
and
it, you could
Minecraft have
fix
been
it
worth
up.
every
You're
cent.
pretty handy
But
when it
I
comes to
was
bridges.
just
At
so
least
it
that's what I've
felt
been telling folks around
really
the office.
like
Say that
they
makes me
attacked me
realize
personally when
we
they were
really
like,
need
"Oh,
better
this game's
gossip
gonna be
around
so
here.
grand. You should spend $100 on it." And I spent 100. Now I would have if I would have paid 60, I wouldn't be so poo poo about it now. But I spent $100 on some nice collector's edition, and all I did was ended up paying $100 for something you could get for free in like 2 weeks after the game came out. And the game wasn't even good for like several years. And by the time it got good, I'd stopped playing it. Jameson actually played it longer than I did. I got so sick of the game, but the game was never going to be the Destiny 1 that I wanted. I don't know. I wish could just go back. I don't think I could tell old Tate not to get it because old Tate liked Destiny 1 so much that he would want. But Destiny 2 was just a horrible game. The Division 2 wasn't a game that I liked like the
We need
Division
a
1,
replacement
but
gas
I
main to
am
restart
okay
production
that I
over at the
spent
concrete
$100
plant. The
on
gas
it because I
station
really
seems like a
like the
good place
steel
to look
case
for
I
one.
got. I still
Just
have it. It
watch
looks
your
cool. It's the
driving
only
around
steel
those
case
gas
video
pumps.
game I
They
have.
might be a
And
little
the game
touchy
was
after the
actually good.
earthquake,
It's
and I'm not
playable.
good with
And it's
obituaries.
still
If you're
playable.
still
There's
alive
still
after all
a
that,
bit of a
I have an
community,
idea to push
and I
things along.
wouldn't
You
like
could grab the
mind
service
playing
truck
it
from the
so
gas
much. But
station
like
and use it
Destiny
to
2,
set up
you'd have to
another
force
base
me to
near the
play that.
concrete plant.
I hate that game. Maybe if I had 5 other friends that were
All
like
Destinies
really
are
into
awful.
it for some reason.
This might lose me some viewers, but all Destinies are awful. And I
No,
will
it's not
stand.
gonna lose
I will
you any
stand
viewers.
on my morals.
I think people watching. I think it's safe to say people watching a ROADCRAFT stream agree with you. Well, and I liked the first one, and the most hate you'd get is because they created Halo. You can't hate Destiny 1 because he hinted at it in Halo. In the Halo campaigns, they hinted at Destiny.
Can we
They
talk
worked
about
on
how
Destiny
perfectly
for so
I
long.
just loaded this gas can?
It only
Oh
took
my
you an
gosh.
hour.
What do you mean? I literally got here and immediately did it. What do you
You're
mean?
saying that, and I'm still watching you hook it up on your screen.
Daggone it, I did it so perfectly.
There you go. Now, yep, you got it. Now you're finally cheering.
I don't know what route is best here. I'm gonna guess that way. We'll see.
What do you think the most beautiful coin you've ever seen was? Like, have you ever seen a coin just thought it looked nice?
No.
When I was little, before my grandpa and everything, I liked Kennedy half dollars, but you wouldn't know this because you've never seen my Uncle Travis. My Uncle Travis and my dad had blonde hair. From the stop view, you can't tell them very apart. But like especially for me when I was little, my uncle standing to the side kind of looked like JFK, and so when I was little, I would have sworn up and down, yeah, my uncle is the guy on the half-cent piece. And like another person who looks a lot like my uncle. If you want to know what my uncle looks like, look up Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman looks literally just like my uncle, and my uncle's even huge, like Troy Aikman. My uncle's like 6'2", has enormous hands. He's not quite as big as Troy Aikman, but he's a very big guy. And he looks. I mean, his head is just like Troy Aikman's head. It's just a little more square. But he from the side he looked like JFK when I was little, so I thought he was on the back of a 50-cent piece, which I think is so funny. And then when I was little, I also thought when I saw Troy Aikman like in the football games, I was like, that's my uncle.
Great. Now you can restart production at the concrete plant, which means we can recycle concrete slabs. Those will be
Kelly,
a real help
I'm
for
not even
repairs
at
and
the
bridges.
plant yet, and you're talking. I forgot
Well,
how
I've
much I
still
hate
got a
Kelly.
bitch at you.
Forgot how
I've
much
got
I
to
hate
tell
her.
you about how I'm safe from the storm and you're not, and how you need to do stuff to be safe.
She's a micromanager.
Do you want to be a garbage micromanager like me and get paid more than you? So you better listen to me.
She's like the Colts' new owner, just a micromanager.
The Colts' new owner.
And people are apparently mad at her because she's wanted to, or she's decided to. It's Jimmy Irsay's daughter, the previous Colts owner. He recently died, and his daughter's taken over, and she's like, I'm paying this dude millions of dollars to run these players that I pay millions of dollars to win football games. I should listen to what's going on and make sure that's just not nonsense, or he's, you know, all this. And like, if the players, or if who's its fault when a play breaks up, is it the coach that just didn't relay the call at all, or is it the players? It's like, I should know what's going on when I'm paying them millions of bucks. It's like, I don't think that's a micromanage. I think that's just fair when you're or when you have that high risk and that much money involved, you know.
Can we go over this again? I thought we were talking about a cult, something to do with a cult, but then you started talking about football.
No, not the football team, the Colts.
Hey, oh my! I am so stupid. When you said that, I started thinking like Heaven's Gate and Jonestown and stuff, and so I wasn't thinking about football at all. Oh my goodness, the last thing that came to mind was the Indianapolis Colts. I was thinking of a cult, like it was people that you died.
Oh, like a C-U-L-T, not a C-O-L-T.
Yep, yeah. I was thinking of a C-U-L-T, and I was like, wait, how did we go from talking about a cult? So wait, what happened with the Colts?
Once she's taken over, she's like, during the game.
Is she the new owner or the general manager? Oh.
Yeah, she's a new owner, and she's like, if I'm paying him millions of dollars, I want to know what I'm paying him for. It's like, I think that's fair. She's listening. She has a headset on, so she can hear what he's saying the entire game.
Mm-hmm. And I think you know this better than me. So the most people who own their teams do not manage them, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
But the Cowboys owner does, right? He's the manager of their.
I think he's also their GM. Yeah. Either way, he's making most of the big time decisions.
Yeah. I watched a video that said that he was the one destroying the Cowboys. I don't know anything about the Cowboys or any of that stuff, but I didn't. I thought owners were just investors because
my personal opinion, I think the Cowboys won that Micah Parsons trade, but time will tell.
I wouldn't even know I know that person's name, but I don't really know much about the Cowboys or what they're doing.
Basically, people are mad because they traded away their franchise player.
The only
second downs franchise to do that this year.
The only thing I'm mad about is, like, in a preseason football game, I saw a guy slightly push a guy and he got ejected from a football, or like fucking suspended. They lost their fucking minds. And then that guy spits on Dak Prescott and it takes him fucking 10 minutes to. That guy should be suspended.
Well, he got suspended a game, which was they agreed that game would be his 1 game suspension.
Yeah, he should be suspended more. What a loser. Grow up. I am so sick of the bad sportsmanship. If we can have good sportsmanship, then let's not have fucking sports. If people are gonna spit on each other and be fucking
cracking down on
children,
sportsmanship big time this year. Like a Bengals player in the preseason got a flag for celebrating, and they're flagging this year for any celebrations.
They're gonna flag for that?
No, if you're standing over a player, if you just got a sack and you celebrate over anything like that.
Well, I guess
even if it's if you're taunting in their general direction, right after you make a big play at them, then even if you're not doing it at them or anything, then they're flagging for it. There was one player this week that I don't even think he realized the guy he just tackled was even in his vicinity when he celebrated, and he was just facing him when he did it, and they flagged it. It's stupid. That's gonna be in my opinion, but
I don't mind any one-person celebration. Like if a guy gets a sack and he like goes behind the quarterback and does something, that's perfectly fine. And if a guy gets a touchdown, he's allowed to run back to the end zone. What I fucking hate, and I'm one to talk, the Chiefs are the fucking kings of this garbage. They every time they get a fucking touchdown, they go play like duck duck goose in the fucking end zone. I wish they would throw penalties for that fucking shit. If one guy gets a touchdown, let him celebrate, and every other dickhead can go line up or get off the fucking field. It just like we don't. What irritates me is these players. They spend like 50 minutes in the locker room like a girl does on their makeup. They're like, okay, we're all gonna sit in this spot. When you get a touchdown, then we're all gonna play duck duck goose and do a flip. No, you're all gonna fuck off and play fucking football.
See, I like the team celebrations. I think they're funny as
I
can be.
hate
And I love them.
celebration, but like some of them are okay. I don't think it's wrong. Like when a guy gets a good sack, I think it's kind of funny when he gets up, and like when they cross their arms and stomp backwards. That's you got a good sack. You deserve that, and I absolutely think it's fair. Like if a guy gets a touchdown, just throw his arms up in the air and maybe throw the football into the crowd, as long as he doesn't like being a kid with it. Maybe that wouldn't be good, but like I think stuff like that's okay. But what I don't like is that the refs are like, okay, let's stop the game so all the Saints can get into the fucking end zone and play duck duck goose. Like
I mean, they'll get a delay of
really
game if they
needs to
take too
stop.
long. Like, I mean, these celebrations take like 10 seconds.
Well,
think
and
they're great,
that's
'cause
the
I
other
think
thing.
they're
You say they take
hilarious.
10 seconds, but they fucking take 30 minutes of the broadcast because they show them over and over and
'cause they're
over
funny.
again. I'm so sick of it.
Where they all line up like bowling pins and someone rolls the ball at them and then they all fall down. Like, come on, it's genius.
No, I'm okay with
Love it.
only one-person celebrations, but those are okay. Like if a guy gets a sack, that's okay, and especially if a guy gets a touchdown. I mean, you can't even you couldn't throw a flag at a guy for throwing his hands up. A person would do that, and they should be allowed to celebrate it. I don't think, and maybe do like a small dance. But they can't do a performance like, okay,
I
let's
need
stop
to
and
watch
dance
Jamar
with the
Chase do the
stars.
gritty. Like it's a necessity to make this.
Yeah, I've seen enough celebrations.
So you're in a very, very, very small minority with that take.
I know.
Very small minority.
Yeah, I know. They made them illegal and then brought them back because people wanted them
Another
back.
day, another base. That should help us along nicely. And help the locals out too. That always makes it worthwhile.
Clear out damage at the port. I'm assuming I'm going to need my crane vehicle for that. But yeah, you were definitely in the minority for hating celebrations.
Well, see, and that's the thing. You can't just make it black and white because you just completely disregarded something I said.
Okay, you're in the minority for
celebrations are
hating the
completely
team
okay.
celebrations.
Yeah, I don't want the whole team to get together, especially have the fucking defense line up in there. You guys had nothing to do with this shit.
Well, usually it's just the offense or just the defense. Like,
Dude, I swear to God, everybody but the fucking manager.
It is a penalty if the extra people come on the field. So
I didn't know that. That's good.
Yeah.
I swear it was the whole fucking team.
But
Well,
I
and
love the team
like there's a thin
celebrations.
line between what you should call a penalty, because like it'd be really dumb if a guy got a touchdown. Like I'm talking about the one-man celebrations. You couldn't call a penalty on a guy like if he gets a touchdown and he goes stomping out of the end zone and his buddy comes and like slap. That's not a two-man celebration. That's not a celebration. I just don't want
The
like
Bengals
duck,
in the
duck,
Super Bowl
goose
had a
and
guy
shit.
got a flag because one of the guys who wasn't even dressed for the game came in and celebrated on the touchdown. It's like, the memes were just, how do you get fired on your day off? Like, come on. What are we doing here? I mean, you're at this, I think he was a rookie too, and it's like, man, you're a rookie.
He was a rookie.
Is either a
but he got
rookie or a
fired.
very young player. Either way, he was someone who, like, I don't know if he ever played the whole season. If he did, his
Yeah, I really want to know if he did. That would be so bad to do
But,
on your rookie fucking season.
but yeah,
Oh man.
I'm sure he got chewed out by the coaches. I mean,
I
it's
was
also the
just
Super Bowl, probably his only ever Super Bowl, so, you know, go celebrate in the end zone, YOLO.
I was
Live your
just
life.
watching a game, and I can't remember which game it was, but there was the punt. The guy who was catching the punt was a rookie, and he almost fucked up so bad. I'm sure they talked to him in the locker room after it. The offense didn't get the ball back, but they were so fucking close. The ball bounced off that was the call.
The
I even
Bills and
remember the
Ravens
call.
games where it bounced off the Bills player
Yep, yeah, that's what it was.
right
Yeah,
before it
because
hit the
to
Ravens player.
everybody it looked like they
It
got the
just
ball,
bounced
and
off
I
the
was like,
Ravens
oh shit,
player,
yeah,
so
but
it would
yeah,
have
it
been
bounced
enough.
off the
But
other
it hit the
guy.
Bills player first. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep, I remember seeing that, and I felt so bad because that Ravens player was a rookie, and had he done that, I mean, the Ravens would have been like, yep, just get your shit and go. We don't need you.
So shout out to everyone watching. I've hit, I think 12 is my new peak for viewers, so shout out to that. Apparently they like football complaining.
I think everybody does. You could complain about all the teams and everybody would be happy. Maybe the Browns. I don't know if you need to complain about the Browns. I mean, they're already named the Browns.
Screw them. Freaking hate the Browns.
Oh yeah, I forgot you said. I forgot you've got a quarrel with the Browns.
I mean, they are they're the least hated of the divisional opponents, but still screw them.
Because they beat your team.
Well, they didn't beat them last week. There's something that I never got to say last year, and something that I never imagined saying this year. The Bengals defense won them a game. It's a miracle. In Al Golden we trust. I don't know what he's done, but give him the keys to the team. in Golden we trust.
You started that sentence there, and I was wondering where you were going with it when you said Al Gore. I was gonna say Al Gore did not.
Al
fix the
Gore.
Bengals.
Al Gore killed it for the Bengals this week.
Yeah, he's killing it for the Bengals.
Al Gore was amazing. He was splendid. I took the
He's
wrong
the best
path.
center
I gotta
we've
go that
ever had.
Frick. Al Gore killed it. I've never seen a better coach.
Yeah, I've never seen a better coach.
He tried to play center, but he kept on lining up way too left of the ball.
He was so left of the ball, he had a headset on, he was in the sideline.
Yeah. He could only play left guard or left tackle. He could not. he refused to play right guard. It was kind of weird. I don't know why. Oh boy, come on. There's definitely a better way to get to this place, but it won't.
Oh, and he couldn't play the Dolphins either because, you know, their stadium's underwater now. I think the Ravens stadium is underwater based on his predictions.
Oh, jeez. I finally made it.
You did it!
Oh, come on. It's like 2 feet. Come on. I think I could have brought my Hummer this way because it's going to have these big cranes I can move and stuff with, ain't it? Yup. I could have drove my Hummer here. I'm an idiot.
Let's clear up all the damaged containers at the port. How about trying
You know what I'm thinking right now,
I
Tate?
know you're not
That
technically
you bring your
authorized to
Hummer
use
over
it,
there?
but I
Remember
will
in the
tell
beta
you
when we made the big tower?
Oh no.
I think we do it again.
Well, I think you have the tools there.
Where do we start the tower? Do we start on this thing here?
I think you start right there. No, right there.
We could start on this roof, though.
But the roof is
I can start
too
on
long.
that roof! Does he reach
Yeah,
that roof? I don't think the crane reaches that roof.
He can do it.
Daggone it, no it doesn't. I could start it on that roof, maybe.
You're saying all these things and I can't, like, the stream's just so delayed, I don't even know which rooms you're talking about.
I'm
You're
gonna try to
still on the
start,
first room.
see if I can go all the way over here. So first off, I should probably grab one. How do I? It's wood. Erase the floors. There we go. Oh, you're not gonna let me. Okay. Move all these out of my way.
And the tower building begins.
This is not going to be worth my time, but daggone it, we're doing it.
I think it'll be worth your time. Watch your viewer count skyrocket to 500 as soon as this stack gets up to like 6 of those.
Don't tell me this
Everybody
crane
needs to
doesn't go
watch
any more
Jacob.
forward than right there.
No,
Oh my
you can
gosh.
make it do it. You can do it.
It doesn't. Oh.
No, you can do it, Dougie. Just try and move back and forth.
Oh, that's so lame. Alright, we're building it on this roof.
Backup roof, come here.
Oh, so backup roof, plan B. Alright, this you gotta place the first piece perfectly, because that dictates the rest of your towers. So. I think do I go with the roof or against the roof? I think I go against the roof.
I would put it right on the top, you know, so that it's kind of wiggling back and forth.
Yeah, that's not what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Like a glove, we're gonna shingle this roof. Pick up this one that I left out here. So,
Speaking of those coin things, those coin videos I watch, I saw this thing that was so fucked up. They did this. They make commemoratives, and they do it very often. They do it. I don't know what they do them for, and I don't even know how often they make commemoratives. But they make them all the time. There's a lot of silver ones for all, like there's like specific army battles, not just, you know, the army in general. Army battles, like and there's commemoratives for people, but there's commemoratives for all sorts of things. They made a commemorative for oh no, that the commemorative for Ellis Island he was calling junk, but this was next to it. The Ellis Island that's a very common commemorative, but it is gold, but people overpaid for it. It's like a very, very small gold coin, and it comes with some silver, but the thing altogether, it's only an ounce of silver and 1/10 of ounce of gold, which is like, I can't calculate the price off my head. The 1/10 of ounce of gold would be about $360 right now, and then an ounce of silver is like, let's say 50 if it's some sort of proof. So that would be about like, in some nice package, no more than like $550. No more than that. In some nice package. And this Ellis Island one, it's like very common that people bring in. It's very expensive, and like when people bought it, it was very expensive, and they come in thinking they're gonna get a lot for it, and they don't. But there is this real scam. The Cook Island, I don't know where they are. I think they're a British territory, not an American territory. But these islands made a coin. This is so fucked. They called it a 10th ounce gold coin, and and it's a small little gold coin, and they priced it, you know, pretty highly, near the price of what a 10th of ounce of gold would be. And what was so fucked is it was a small little coin, and it wasn't a 10th ounce of gold. It looked like it was a 10th ounce of gold, but it was actually 10% gold, which is like like that's 2 carats. 2 carat gold. If you're talking about 24 karat gold, this is like fucking 2 carats. And it's a coin, and they charge like $300 and some for it. The price that you should be paying for a 10th of ounce of gold, and people got a quarter that was 10% gold, which is literally worthless. if you go to a local coin shop, a lot of local coin shops, my grandpa had one, and I'm sure he paid quite a bit of money for it, but there's sets you could get on the wall, and they're gold-plated state quarters, and they sell for like nothing. The gold plating on them is just so worthless, and so they sell them for, sometimes they give them out for free. The coin shop that I saw, that guy in Minot, if you buy stuff, he has these grab bins that you can take stuff out of, and that's one of the things he has that you can just grab, are those, because that's how worthless they are.
Tower is coming. It's not really a tower because it's so high up. Starting on the building, I can't really tower it up. So I guess it's just I'm shingling the roof at this point.
Well, as long as you get one more on top of the thing you put on top of the blue.
I don't think I can. I don't think I physically can with the height of the crane.
Well, if you physically can't, then come on, Dougie. Then you're really not a tower builder. You're more of a mess maker. So you can easily physically fit another container on top of the group.
So this tower is coming together. We're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
Maybe I should collect something. Not coins or something. I don't know what I would collect though. I mean, I kind of collect pocket knives, but that's not like... I'm not like collecting them to collect them. I'm just have a bunch of pocket knives, you know? I'm just like, you know, find one on the ground and keep it, you know?
That's kind of how I was with coins at the beginning, because that's how my grandpa was. He kind of collected them, but like a lot of... Well, yeah, in dollars, you know how the mints are San Francisco, Denver, and Philadelphia?
Yeah. I didn't know San Francisco, but yes.
The last mint to shut down was, I believe, Carson City. There was a mint in New Orleans, and their mint actually minted a shitload of Morgans, and so you can get a Morgan with the O mint mark, which is kind of cool. I have several of them, and they have an O mint mark, which means they are made in New Orleans. But the very sought-after ones were made in Carson City, Nevada. There's a mint there, and that mint, it ran for a long time. They minted lots of gold coins a long time ago, yeah. But they the Morgans they minted are super valuable, and so like my grandpa kind of collected coins, but he wouldn't have had any of those, I don't think, because those Morgans are really expensive. I only have one Carson State Morgan, and like to a normal person, everyone would say it just looks like all the other Morgans you paid like $30 for, and I paid like almost $200 for it. But on the back it says CC for the mint mark, and it's because it's from Carson City, Nevada. And the big thing is I can't remember how rare it is. I think the rare one is 1880, but there's a date for Carson City that's really rare. What I think is really funny though, if you like a lot of people that have basic knowledge of Morgans, they'll tell you that Carson City Morgans are rare. The rarest Morgan was actually the top two rarest, I believe, Morgans were minted in San Francisco. The 1893S is like the unicorn of coins. If you find an 1893S in decent condition, a Morgan dollar, it's worth, like, I mean, the last one that sold it sold $2 million.
Who cares about the condition of those when you have the condition of this tower here? Sorry, this shingled roof here.
Yeah, that is a pretty nice condition tower. I'd give it maybe a VF35.
Yeah, I know what that means. I'm gonna assume it's great. I'm gonna assume it's mint perfect condition perfect, because that is magnifique, chef's kiss.
The 30 is the 30s are very fine, the 40s are extra fine, and then the 50s are almost uncirculated. And that tower is definitely not almost uncirculated. No, that would be
almost uncirculated. There's only one. It's one of one in existence. What do you mean?
The thing is, the containers you use to build it are completely dinged. I mean, look at all the dings.
That's the
and
character
the dirt,
that's
the
added
scratches.
to it.
You're right. It does add character, but when it comes to the grader's eyes, it's imperfections.
Crater's stupid.
The grader's stupid.
Why deliver it? Okay, so is it wanting me to use this new truck it just gave me for this?
I think it wants you to use a crane. I
What
think
the
it wants
frick
you to make a
happened
tower.
here?
Yeah, I know. I saw those. I was like, what is that? You need to deliver a lot of objects.
No,
Oh, you were
no,
supposed to
you're-
use that
no,
crane
you
to
haven't,
deliver all that
No,
stuff.
you haven't seen what I've seen yet. What the frick
I
happened
haven't
here?
seen the things your eyes have seen. Your old wizard eyes. You sound like that guy
How
on,
did this even happen?
the ice wizard on,
I don't spawn in like that.
or the ice king.
I've jackknifed myself so bad. And my other car's in the way. Oh my gosh. This is why I don't drive gooseneck. Oh boy, can I pull through here?
This is why I don't drive gooseneck.
Why would anyone want this vehicle? I'm sure it will perfectly fine go over this, right? It's not going to immediately get stuck right here, right? Oh, it's like I'm the bridge now. I'm the bridge
You know,
now.
people needed a bridge.
Feel it. I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say there. I was going to say something about bridges, and I realized I don't know anything about bridges.
Holly Bridge.
You know what's a cool bridge? Mackinac Bridge. That's a cool
I
bridge.
don't even know what bridge that is.
It's a 5-mile long bridge, but connecting the lower peninsula to the upper peninsula of Michigan.
I think
it's a
I've
lit
heard
drive.
of that bridge, actually.
Okay,
Isn't
so
that- Is that the longest bridge in the continental United States?
I think so.
Yeah, I think, because I feel like
don't
I've
even
heard
need
of
this.
it.
I just literally move all those with the crane. So dumb. Let me move this freaking 74-wheeler out of here. Oh, is this the crane I'm using? I should not park it here. Okay. Let me... Bagging up. Backing up. Oh, that's not the crane I'm using. Okay, I should park there. But yeah, no, the Big Mac is cool.
The Big Mac? The
So
Big Mac?
That's what it's called. But it's also very terrifying when you're, whatchamacallit, when it's a windy day. It's terrifying. So slow. I need to get a hyperfixation like coins, but not coins.
I've always been like a collectible person. When I was younger, I tried to collect like those. You know what Mighty Beans are, right?
Yeah.
They're made by a company. This company, everything they make, they try and make like a collectible. They make beans, and I tried to collect those, and I kind of liked them when I was little because they were at least, you know, fun. They could roll around and stuff.
Yeah.
What really irritated me though is there was these things that came out when I was little. I really liked to collect things, and so these new collectibles came out, and I thought I would collect them. They were called Trashies. Have you ever heard of those? You
Sounds
probably
familiar.
haven't.
Weren't they just like the
They-
Mighty Beans, but they were like all angry and whatnot?
No. Trashies were these little rubber, like, just little rubber things, and they came in a glowing green trash can. That was kind of cool. It was like glowing green trash can in a plastic, you know, blister package, and you opened up the blister package, and then you squeezed the trash can, it popped open, and you get a bunch of little monsters inside. And they were collectible. Each monster was supposed to be unique, and they are. You know, I'm sure you can go and collect these stupid things. But what irritated me is I started collecting these. I bought one package, and do you know what I?
What?
I was young enough to know one thing. I looked at the back of the package, and they were made by the same company that made Mighty Beans. And I was like, why the fuck are you guys not making Mighty Beans, you pieces of shit? And I was just mad. And then I realized something, and I looked up that company, ever since they began, they've been making shit like this, like baseball cards that were like not real ones, like collectible ones, and then Mighty Beans. Like every single thing they make is some weird, stupid toy that kids want, and they want to collect all of them, like Pokemons and stuff. And not they can't do Pokemon, you know, because that's owned by Nintendo. Nintendo would kill them into the ground. But every like stupid toy they have for kids is like the Mighty Beans and the Trash Monsters. They're just collectibles. And so when I was little, I was like, that's dumb, you know. They're just a company, and when I was little, that was kind of like a gotcha game. I never fell for gotcha games because I fell for the ones when I was little. They were called collectibles. But like baseball cards and like comics actually turned out to be a good thing. If you have old Batman comics, those are worthwhile. And like the other collectible thing I talk, baseball cards, though those were collectible. They came out as collectible. Well, I don't know if they were collectible in when they came out in the cigarette packs. I think they were just a thing to sell cigarette packs. But after that, they became really collectible, and now the ones that were sold in the original. Did you know that baseball cards originally came out in cigarette cartons?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the ones that originally came out in the cigarette cartons are worth fucking thousands, probably more than that. I don't know how you verify, though, if it's one that came from the carton and not, you know, a wrapper. I don't know if they look the same. But I remember when I heard that story, I thought that was kind of cool. But, like, coins were never meant to be collectible. And what I like about collecting coins is my big thing. It's less about inflation, because it's a little bit about inflation, but it's like if you lose money hedging your money in silver, this is really stupid to say a lot, because you did lose money. If you kept the money in your bank account and money deflates, you will gain money. Your $1,000 is worth more. But like right now, my silver that I have sitting out in front of me, I've got 5 ounces on my table and a lot more silver dollars in my closet. But like I have got 5 silver dollars that I'm gonna gift to Devin's kids and Leroy and Shoney, and I wanted to give them these silver eagles. When I bought these silver eagles, they were like 40 some bucks. They're already past that price. They're all a BU silver eagle is like 50 bucks, and that's partially because inflation. But I also didn't know this. Electric cars and solar panels and wind turbines, all that shit takes a lot of silver, and so hedging your money in silver is a good idea right now. Not only is and China and several governments except the U.S. are stocking up on silver, but there's the big boom like with the green energy and stuff. And regardless of whether or not you think that's going to take off, I don't really think it'll take off big. But silver is needed to make those solar panels. That's like the main ingredient in solar panels. I didn't know that. And solar panels need lots of silver. And so right now, silver just keeps going up. And so that's really good. And
Until
so
the
having the
millisecond
silver,
they find a different way to make them, and then boom.
yeah, exactly. And see, that's the other thing. You could call it a bubble, but people are, ever since COVID, silver. You don't know because you don't look at the market. Silver has gone. Silver and gold.
I mean, it's
have been
always going to
crazy
have
since
like
COVID.
a good value and whatnot. Like
You don't understand the shift that COVID had, though. Like COVID really fucked with shit. Ever since COVID, gold has been. Gold's been skyrocketing its whole life. Gold looks like a fucking you know those charts. What do they call that chart when you square a number multiple times? And the you've seen that chart, you know, in math.
Like,
yeah, the exponential growth. That's how gold looks right now. It's hit that part where it just goes fucking straight the fuck up the wall. Gold is just going batshit. And silver, silver is lower than it has been in the past, but right now silver has industry behind it too. But also the inflation thing, though. Since COVID, people have been really scared about inflation, and I don't think inflation is too much to worry about when you're living in the USA, because a lot of other countries back their currency in US dollars, because the US dollar is the safest fiat currency. I didn't know that. I was watching a video, it was titled The Positive Impacts of Why Silver's Going Up. Because a lot of people, when silver goes up, they're like, oh, the dollar's being destroyed, inflation, you know, and all this stuff. But it really, in reality, a lot of it is because people are making solar panels and stuff. But like you said, as soon as they find another thing to make solar panels out of, then that's going to crash silver. But that could be sitting on a bubble. But solar panels have been refined for well over 100 years. We've had that technology, and so I think if they could be made a lot more efficiently without silver, they would know by now. Because silver's like like catalytic converters. They very quickly found out how to take rhodium and platinum out of those things. Not only because people were stealing them, but because a catalytic converter costs a lot of money to make.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that, though. That's why people stole them. There's platinum, rhodium, and there's another metal in there. I can't remember, but rhodium and palladium, I think. I think it's palladium. I hope that's not a mythical metal that I'm thinking of. There's some other metal. There's rhodium.
Palladium from Power?
Palladium, that's something from Terraria, but I think it actually is real. Like, mithril isn't real, but I think palladium is, isn't it? Yep, palladium is a rare silver-white precious metal. Yeah, palladium and rhodium are used in those, and, like, those aren't common metals that you buy in ounces like gold and silver are, but rhodium and palladium are very expensive. Rhodium is more expensive than gold per ounce, because it's got so many industrial uses and shit. But that's the other big reason is that it's so expensive per ounce is like gold. A lot of the gold in the world is in little ounce coins for people to buy. Most of the rhodium in the world is in cars and like shit. I don't know where it is. It's probably in factories waiting to be used by the factory. But like those catalytic converters, they very found out, and they use cars use 2 exhausts to pass the emissions test. They used to have 1 exhaust, and they literally just added a second one to pass the emissions regulations when they passed those, whenever they did, before I was born. But they don't take those precious metals anymore because that was very costly to make just the exhaust. And those did go bad too. That palladium, platinum, and rhodium, all that kind of made like a sponge. And the precious metals, for some reason, liked to absorb the garbage that the car made. And so they made good exhaust pipes, but obviously they were expensive, which car manufacturers hated. They want to make something cheap.
Tell me I screwed myself over here. Cheaper they make it, and they'll still sell it for more.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's another thing that fucking. Do you know the new game that came? You've heard of a game called Hollow Knight, right?
Oh yeah, I actually tried it, huge. And I never played the other ones or the first one or however many there are, but I tried it because I've just seen it blow up, and I like played it for 5 minutes and it was not my type of game.
Did you play the new one, the Silk thing?
The Silk Song or whatever it is.
Yeah, Silk Song. That game is exploding, and this is what pisses me off so much. Game developers are so mad because the price is too low. Everyone's saying, how are we going to compete with that price? Well, you're going to make a game worth the fucking money. And like there's idiots saying, well, I'm just a one-man guy. Concerned Ape all by himself.
Dude, Concerned Ape is a legend.
Yeah, and he made a better.
I am
like
so
I
excited
like
for
Hollow Knight crap. I've never played it, but I'll swear up and down that Stardew Valley is a better game. And that himself. So don't give me crap that you can't make a game alone and sell it for $20. I'm gonna buy a game if it's worth my money, but that's what I'm so sick of. I guess I was born just a little before all you kids were born, but why do people even need video games? Like, I'll go outside and, like, do shit. I don't know why people think video games are worth so much money. I don't care how many hours it takes. You sell millions of copies of the game, and all you're doing is repasting and copying the code. If you can't make it worth my time to stay inside... The last game that has been worth my time is fucking Terraria. That's like the last game I played in the last couple of fucking years. Pal World's
ROADCRAFT's been
good. I
worth my
played
time
Pal
so
World
far.
not long ago. I don't know if I'd like ROADCRAFT watching you play it. It just doesn't look like my type of game.
I thought this would be your type of game because you were the one who
I
always
wanna
liked
do what the
transporting the
convoys are
materials
doing.
and whatnot.
I want the convoys are doing. Drive on the road, maybe have a little bit of trouble, but I don't want to make a road. Like where you're driving right now, you should be making a road right there to go in and out of the factory easier. You should make a road there first, and then because you're taking that sand somewhere else to make a damn road. They don't need a damn road there. They need a road there to the factory to get the sand to make the fucking roads.
Sand. You know it's going to be there 100 years from now? Still sand! Why don't you get in the airplane and go where the food is? Gosh, I forgot I need to send you that video. It's so funny.
You already did.
Yeah, I know, but I said I forgot I need to send you the video.
Yeah, you already did.
I didn't send you the video.
Yeah, I thought I could convince you. You did.
I know, I did.
About it so much last night.
Maybe this was like 3 months ago, but we literally talked about it last night. I know I haven't sent you the video since last night. You're gonna gaslight. Do better than that. Come on, at least attempt.
Yeah, man, you wouldn't. You don't forget stuff as easy as I do. And in you and your fucking buzzwords, are you some liberal? Oh, you're gaslighting. No, I
gaslight is not a buzzword in that.
Fucking word for it. It's called fucking lying.
In
God,
that,
I'm so sick of
in
all
the
these
way I
fucking
just
buzzwords. Now you're gonna start saying the Riz and shit like that and Sizzler.
The Riz is
and
not a buzzword.
fucking,
it's just a
I
stupid
don't
term
have
that
time
kids
for
use.
your cap bullshit.
I don't think a Riz counts as a buzzword.
It's fucking
just a
all
stupid
this
word.
garbage that people say now. It in the news. People say the shit they hear on the news, and then kids invent their own words.
You're getting real cloud. You're getting real close to Angry Man yells at cloud status.
Yeah, I'll happily be
Building
that
roads
guy.
in the middle of nowhere wasn't exactly what I pictured us
Yeah, you
doing
can be
today.
the clown.
But here we are.
I gotta get 2. Oh boy, this is like a
No, you gotta get a
road here.
fucking nose and some face paint, you clown, so I can keep yelling at you.
I'm doing a 2-lane road. Select truck. I gotta select which route. I'll do that one first.
The bottom one. No, the bottom one.
Spectate. I kind of want to watch this one. The sand is the only one I'm doing through the
Manually.
through them doing
The
it.
dumper of the truck.
Them doing it auto, because I will mess this up so bad, and it'll take 50 loads.
Wait. So you're oh my goodness. What? That's in the game. You can literally just make the game play itself in front of you.
For the road
You're telling me
building,
I can pay $60 for a fucking movie? This is the movie.
It's a daggone good movie too. But I would not have this level of control with dumping out the sand, and I would have failed.
Yeah, well, and it is true. It looks difficult. I mean,
But the rest of the road building parts I will do on my own.
I didn't know that was in the game. That makes me like the game a lot less. I wish that you had to do everything the hard way. I like that about Terraria. If you want to like Terraria, you're either going to have to get really, really, really damn good, or you're going to have to just get used to dying a bunch at the beginning. It's going to happen. I don't know how people play hardcore worlds, though. There's a lot of people that do that shit. People are really good at Terraria. I like Terraria, but when I play Terraria, it involves dying a lot. But I've actually, the last time this playthrough of Terraria that I've had, I think I've only died once to the Skeletron. All the bosses, see, that's the thing, though. I died once to a dead man chest, and people who played Terraria would know what that is. It's a gold chest, and it's meant to look like you can get a spear. You know, you remember the gold chest in Terraria, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that as an absolutely no. But there's gold chests you find underground, and they're very helpful. They contain stuff that you need that helps you through the beginning of the game.
Yes, I
And
know. I
there's
remember
also
them.
the way you said yes, it sounded like an absolute not. But I don't know. If you remembered them well, I would think you'd remember a dead man's chest. You must have never opened one of those, because those were in the game when we played. They're a gold chest, and if you remember the gold chest, do you remember how they were always in like a wooden house under the ground? You'd
Yes.
be digging, yeah, and there was like a wooden house randomly.
Yeah.
The
'Cause I
dead
had
man's
lost my
chests
mind when I
are
found those
just
'cause they
sitting
were
out.
fun.
Yeah, the dead man's chests are just sitting on the edge of like the side of a they're just sitting there. And sometimes there's a normal chest there. They added normal chests just spawning around to make you really confused. But most of the chests that you see that aren't in a building are dead men chests, especially like if they're sitting on a bunch of platinum ore. If you open the chest, it'll all explode, and it's a big gotcha thing.
Yeah.
But I got killed by one of those, and then the fucking Empress of Light. That's a boss that you don't know about. It's a new PC boss. Not PC. That boss
Oh, the
has
boss
been
is
in the game.
politically correct. That's good for them.
No, I meant PC because it used to only be on PC. Now
Yeah.
PC and console are kind of the same, but you can never call them the same because PC really is the master race of
Yeah.
Terraria. Terraria was built for the computer,
Oh, yeah.
but they're the same versions. But the
Those are so much faster.
Empress of Light used to just be thing to worry about. On Xbox though, it's a very hard boss to defeat, and I don't fight the boss because it's optional, and so I choose not to because it's very difficult.
You don't want to do it because it's hard.
Could fight the boss. The thing is, well, that's the thing though. I can fight the boss, but it doesn't drop anything good after you beat the game. But that's the thing. The big thing about the Empress of Light is she's actually the end game boss. The big thing in Terraria is beating the Empress of Light without getting hit. And you wouldn't know this, but the Empress of Light, there's so many things to get hit by. It's like a dance that you have to learn to not get hit. But if you don't get hit when you're fighting the Empress of Light and you kill the Empress of Light, you get the best summon weapon, I believe, in the game. It's this sword, and it summons the best pet in the game that you can have. So it's technically the end game of end
radius
game.
of this thing. Look at that. Sorry, go on.
That's the thing though. The Empress of Light I beat before, but I've never beat her without getting hit, and I've never beat her on like.
Chat, you heard it here first.
Not a woman.
You heard it here.
It's a hollowed boss.
You heard it here
Terraria.
first. You beat a woman. Chat
In
heard that.
Terraria.
Okay, go on.
I can't believe you did this. You besmirched my name.
Besmirched my good name.
You besmirched my good name. Nobody will ever trust Frog Puncher ever again.
Frog Puncher.
I'll just take Jameson's identity and screw him over.
Oh my god.
Jameson wakes up to all these death threats. Oh, what were you saying? You beat a woman on Terraria. from
Jameson coming. Yeah, and I'm proud of it. Oh, can I buy the?
He's gonna get 14 messages on his phone. I can't believe you said that on Terraria.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to everyone here listening to this rant.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got a.
You gotta like this awesome video because we just keep ranting about dumb garbage. Well, you played this awesome game.
If you're falling
I'm
asleep,
enjoying it.
falling asleep to the stream, if you're chilling, listening
You
to
always
the
say that.
rants,
These
if you're
people
doing
are
whatever.
falling asleep. These people are watching intently,
if
man.
you're
They need
a
this
lot of people
road
turn
trip.
on YouTube and turn on streams and slowly fall asleep to them at this hour, which I'm all for.
I
They wanna do it
don't
tomorrow.
think so.
But yeah, if y'all are enjoying it, like the stream, here's my corporate chill hour. So like the stream, subscribe. Hopefully
If
more
someone
ROADCRAFT streams,
actually thought they could fall asleep to the sound of me just sitting here bitching, I would be
I don't know. It's
so.
close to lulling me into. No.
I wouldn't think so. I would think I'm annoying as
Frick,
hell.
I
You'd
went
want
the
to
wrong
leave
way.
the room and tape my mouth shut. Just put a gag in me, and then you could finally shut your eyes and get some rest. Or I keep bitching about dumbass issues like the reverse of the Silver Eagles. You wouldn't know this because you don't look at Silver Eagles.
I enjoy having random things to talk about. It's better than me just
You,
sitting there
you,
going,
you
"Well, I'm
want a
driving
random thing to
around."
talk about? Have you seen the bet? When I say the $50 with JFK, you know what it looks like, right?
No.
You're joking.
I'm
You-
picturing
you
JFK
don't-
on a $50. I'm picturing
You don't
physical...
know what a 50-cent piece looks like. You're fucking joking.
I mean, I feel like I can picture it pretty quickly in my mind.
I
don't
about to leave.
research
if
coins,
you
once again.
literally don't know what a 50-cent piece is, that was a that people we were little. You got that in change. People spent those. A 50-cent piece. You've never seen a 50-cent piece.
I wasn't out here inspecting my coins other than when I was doing the 1/4 book I told you about. Other than that, I wasn't inspecting my coins.
You don't inspect coins, but I bet you know what president's on the fucking penny.
Lincoln.
Yeah, but you don't know that you didn't know that there was a fucking you didn't know
say I
that there was a
didn't know
1
there
cent,
wasn't
a
one.
5 cent, a 10 cent, 25 cent, and a fucking 50-cent
I didn't
piece.
say
You
I
didn't
didn't
know
know
there
there
was
was
a
one. I said
damn
I
50-cent. No, you
don't know what they
clearly
look
didn't know
like.
if you didn't even know what the hell it looked like. It's looked like that since 1964.
It looks like this. Okay. Hasn't changed.
And it's been in pocket change since we were little. People spent those. Now they're almost collectible. They're like $2 bills. They're almost out of circulation.
Someone was asleep.
But
You just
they're still.
You woke them up yelling at me.
Yeah, no, those are definitely. See, that's what I'm saying. They're not sleeping because you can't sleep to the sound of my god awful voice. I'm ranting. Everybody will now know that. Well, I guess no. Actually, I'm the one in the wrong. You are just a blind gamer. Why should I think that a blind gamer would know what a 50-cent piece looks like?
Exactly. You're asking a blind guy what
I'm
something
the one
looks
in
like.
the
You
wrong.
insensitive jerk.
Yeah, fine. I'll use a quarter as an example, but you probably don't even know. Do you know what damn president is on the fucking quarter?
Obama.
You're struggling with the. Yeah, I thought so. I thought you'd say mom. It's Jesus. Jesus is on the quarter.
In God we trust.
Yeah, God, it's God. It's a picture of God. But you know the state quarters that you collected. You know how the backs look different for the states? Yeah. Do you know what the back of a normal quarter looks like?
Yeah. It's an eagle.
That's the back of but see, that's the thing. There's many different types of eagles. There's a sitting eagle, a flying eagle. That eagle specifically, with its wing, an eagle does not do that in normal. It doesn't stand there with its legs out and its wings up in the air. An eagle doesn't stand like that.
Yeah.
That's called the heraldic eagle. And there on several coins, like the peace dollar has a standing eagle, which it looks normal. And the St. Gaudens 20-piece gold piece from a long time ago, that has an eagle in flight, and it looks normal. But the heraldic eagle is that United States image, the eagle with its wings spread out, holding the olive branches and the arrows. That's on the back of the fucking quarter. I tried to say 50-cent piece because it's the same reverse, but you wouldn't know because you don't know what a fucking 50-cent piece looks like. But I thought you knew. That's called the heraldic eagle. The back of silver eagles, that's silver bullion that's minted by the government since 1986. You can buy them for, I don't know how expensive they are from the mint, but like if you go to a coin shop, they're a little more than the price of silver because they're called sovereign silver because they're backed by the government. And so they're a little more than the spot price of silver.
Is that the only currency that sovereign citizens can use?
No. There you go. Yeah.
You started answering it legitimately.
Maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Sovereign Citizens said they only accepted silver. But and no, the Sovereign Citizens wouldn't know what Sovereign Silver is, because like Britannias are also Sovereign Silver. That's the British. The British make a Silver Eagle. It's a 1 ounce thing of silver, but it's called the Britannia. It has King Charles on one side. He used to have the Queen. Now it has the King, and on the other side, I think it has a woman with a trident. I don't know. Oh man, I would get annihilated in chat if people knew who she was. I don't know who was on the front of the Britannia, but it's a very nice looking coin. And those are sovereign silver, and they're really sought after, like United Silver Eagles or United States Silver Eagles. But
United
on one
Airlines.
side of the Silver Eagle, it's a walking Liberty, which is like the not the Statue of Liberty, it's the Lady Liberty walking with her dress. It's basically the Liberty in New York without the torch and no spikes on her head. It's not the same, not the Statue of Liberty, but it's if she didn't have spikes on her head and stuff like that, it would basically be the same Lady Liberty. And she's walking, and that's on the front of the coin, and that stayed the same. But in 2021, they decided to change the back of the Silver Eagle. It used to have a heraldic eagle, and it didn't look just like a quarter. It's bigger, and because it's an ounce of silver, so it's like it's the heraldic eagle, but there's a shield on its chest. But
Yep.
it's that heraldic eagle that you know from the quarter. They changed it in 2021 to the Type 2, and I do not like the Type 2 design. It's a flying eagle. There's like a branch that it's like flying away from, and it doesn't look bad. And a lot of people and most people would probably argue with me it's a much more beautiful coin, but I really like the heraldic eagle because it just is very patriotic to me. I really like it's my one of in the flag and the heraldic eagle, like those are my symbols. The second symbol would be the globe for the Marine Corps, or third. The third only to the heraldic eagle in the United States flag. But I really like the heraldic eagle, and so I didn't like that they changed it. But like any person that has an eye for art, I'm sure would say it does look more artistic. It has an eagle taking off, but I don't like the Type 2 design. I like the old Type 1s that were made from 86 to halfway through 21.
You know what I want to rant about?
What do you
My
want to rant
biology
about?
knowledge.
The roads?
Because you're talking about eagles. You know what's annoying? The bald eagle screech that doesn't exist. Because it's not a bald eagle that screeches whenever people do a bald eagle screech.
My bird guy told me that. I've heard that once. Cause what bird makes that screech?
Falcon.
The falcon? Oh! Yeah, I think I know I knew that. I remember I took a bird watching class, and that I was blown out of my mind to know that bald eagles were in my state.
Yeah, well, the eagles, the eagles are everywhere now.
Well, yeah, and like
they used to be non-existent. They're the country's, when the country needed them most to be their patriotic symbol, they were basically non-existent in America.
Yeah, what I thought was weird though is like I watch a very popular show on TV called Deadliest Catch, and in Alaska, the bald eagles are like rats. They are everywhere, just all over the ships. They're everywhere, and they're fucking massive birds. But like I just kind of figured out, like, it was really dumb of me, but I just kind of figured, oh, they're all in Alaska, which is really stupid because they made them the national bird because they were clearly not just in Alaska. We didn't even have Alaska before the eagle was made the national bird. But there's a lot of bald eagles in Alaska, and I was really surprised to hear there were some in my state. But I remember the bird guy I was taking the class with, he said, and this is one of the things that irritates me, the screech, and he played that sound that you're talking about, is not a bald eagle.
No.
Yeah, and I'm sure he told us it was a falcon, but I don't remember that. I think, I can't remember this.
Eagles get
No,
all this
this
credit for doing nothing. Bald eagles, though, are probably, Unless something else wild happens, I'd say they probably go down as the best conservation project America will ever do. Definitely ever have done so far. Other than maybe wolves in a couple areas, but
You sound less like a biologist and more like somebody who should work for EPA.
all my years is studying biology, or is focused on conservation a lot. So.
Conversation. I mostly conversated with the birds.
So why is this not paving? Do I have to refill the paving stuff or something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you need more asphalt for your ass?
Okay, I think it's going now. Yeah. But yeah, Eagles get too much credit. Also, like I said, they're probably the best conservation project biologist I've ever done. That's good.
Well, since you're a biologist that knows so much about conservation, I'm sure you know about how the United States made the greatest decision ever and put a bunch of tires in the Gulf of Mexico to make a coral reef. Did you know that?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, of course you wouldn't know that. You're not a biologist. You don't know anything. But that was an actual conservation effort, because what started that is in World War I. This is really funny. World War II. Yeah, you know how we did the island jumping to beat the Japanese?
Yes.
That sounded like a no.
Yeah, if I say yes, I mean yes, bro.
When you say
I'm playing the game at the same time. I had to process.
Wait a minute.
I had to process the words you said because I'm simultaneously building a freaking road.
I'm simultaneously drinking my tea, but I can talk at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm watching a stream. And I'm listening to a second fucking language that's fucking 2 minutes behind.
Oh my gosh, you're 10 seconds behind, you poor baby.
No, the language that I'm listening to, it's fucking gibberish, and I have to tone it out. Because I'm trying to listen to the conversation we're talking about.
Why do you have your volume on when you hear everything? Because you're in the party.
I'm watching YouTube on my Xbox.
Oh, you're watching something else while... Okay.
No, I'm literally doing nothing else except watching your stream.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, so why are you... Okay, never... I'm just... whatever. I'm not going to question your actions. You do you.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Don't question the actions of...
Never question the actions of a madman, because they are unpredictable.
No, there's a method to my madness.
Okay, so you admit you're a madman.
Yep, I am a madman, but there is a method. And that means sitting down and drinking tea.
Well, you know.
Tea time.
I've never been a tea person. Tea just is like... I don't know. And my parents
Do you
always...
dislike both sweet and just not sweet tea?
Yeah, no, I don't like any tea, because my parents would like make their homemade tea like from scratch when we were younger, and when they would do it, it would make that smell of the tea, and it would be super strong. It would be throughout the entire house, and you could not escape it. And it's just, I can't drink tea, because when I just think of that overpowering smell, and I hated it. Because it's like the smell of regular tea times 30.
I like iced tea. I don't like hot tea. I don't drink tea. Like when people make tea, I don't drink that. I just drink I drink coffee, but the tea I drink is iced tea. I drink iced tea. But the only reason I drink it is because my mom loves tea, and so it's always in the fridge, and so it's much easier to pour a cup of, cold iced tea and not have to put ice in it than get a cup of water and put ice cubes in the water. And then accidentally swallow one of the ice cubes and fucking choke on it. I hate that so much. But yeah, I can just pour a cup of iced tea. But I don't dislike sweet tea at all. I actually kind of like it, which is very weird because most of the people I meet are super polarized on that. It's either normal tea or sweet tea, and the other one is like super bad, the virus of Satan.
See, living in the country, everyone here is like, it don't matter the tea, whether it's sweet or unsweet, they love both. And if you don't like tea, then that's like being a foreign, like alien to them. Like they just don't know how to take it. Like, you don't like tea? This is all we have. This is our livelihood. Everyone drinks tea. Tea's our blood.
I'm surprised that people drink sweet. I want to know if that's true. I don't know if I believe you, because people here are fucking polarized. And like people in the South, they drink only sweet tea, and people around here, they mostly drink only iced tea.
I mean,
They don't
obviously,
want
like
sweet
each
tea.
person has like some don't drink. Like usually, depending on the person, it's one or the other. But there's not like a leading one, I would say.
Dude, when I'm talking about tea, people take tea like they take fucking football. They like one team and that's it. I mean, fucking people are frivolous about their tea. It's just this one tea, and sometimes it's even one brand. And I'm fine. I don't care if it's. I don't care what type of tea it is at all. I actually don't even mind sweet tea. But then my thing with sweet teas, it's not as like it's kind of sugary, so it's not like when you're thirsty. It's not as nice to drink. I'd rather have just normal iced tea. But if I'm gonna drink something, sweet tea does taste better, so I really don't care. The only thing that I actually care about my tea is that you tell me what it is before I drink it, because I do not want to take a sip and be surprised to learn, oh, this is whatever this is, you know?
I will say, I hate tea, but Taco Bell had like some like orange tea flavor weird thing a while ago, and one of my friends worked at Taco Bell, so like me and a couple other friends, while we were going by, we like just stopped by a drive-thru just to say hi and just be like, hey, we know where you are, like just visiting, just being stupid. And
That's what you do at Taco John's.
When we went through, he gave us free drinks, and I said I'll try the new tea thing. It wasn't bad. If I had to drink tea, that is what I would drink. Is whatever weird Taco Bell. Oh no, it was a mango tea. I think. Something citrusy, but it wasn't bad. I would have drank it again. I don't think I would have paid for it, but I would have drank it. I don't think it's something I would shell out money for.
Whenever we went out to eat, I thought it was so funny. My grandpa always ordered the same thing. He always ordered raspberry flavored, not sweetened, but like raspberry flavored iced tea. That was just always what he ordered. Now that I'm older, I kind of like that, but my big thing is I kind of like garbage like LaCroix and stuff. I wish there was just like fizzy, like water that was fizzy, but it was the same price as normal water. Because I want to drink something fizzy so I can burp, because that's very nice. It's very nice to burp. Well, it feels nice to burp.
Oh,
You don't feel nice when you're burping and eating? It feels nicer to burp.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, you have to burp a baby because it can literally hurt the baby if you don't.
If I chug a McDonald's Sprite, the burp after that is magnificent.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the loudness of the burp. I'm not. I don't want to.
No, I'm just saying the burp in general. After doing that, it's a special feeling.
Yeah, I don't think
McDonald's
people
Sprite
understand.
as well.
Do you know where pop was first sold?
Pop in general, no.
It was first sold in pharmacies because the burping helps your stomach. Like if you have a stomachache, burping helps. And so they sold tonic water and like Coke and stuff. That's where the soda.
Oh, look at this road.
Like,
soda
shops. Soda shops were invented because of pharmacies. Pharmacies had pop, and then some of those pharmacies turned into soda streams, and they just sold soda.
You know what really sucks? I love Fanta, but the origin story is not as good.
Well, I don't know the origin story of Fanta.
You know the origin stories of Fanta?
Is it one of the old Nazi ones?
It was a Nazi. It's a Nazi-made drink.
Yeah, I always get irritated when people are like that. It's just there were a lot of companies before the Nazis, and like you should see the shit that Coke was doing and shit. Like Coke thrived during World War II. I don't know if you know this, but we couldn't ship Coke to Germany. Obviously, we couldn't ship anything to Germany, and so that was a huge problem for the manufacturer.
Ship bullets
of
to.
Coke, because Coke, they wanted to ship their flavoring still, because Germany still sold Coke. The guy in Germany, I don't even know if he was a Nazi. I don't think he well, he must have been, because he didn't die. So he must have been. But
Odds
he
are.
actually, he came up with like a really good idea, and I don't remember what it was. It Fanta? Maybe we're thinking of the same fucking thing. Maybe that guy invented Fanta, because I remember he couldn't sell Coke anymore because he couldn't have the syrup. And so he came up with another drink.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was, I thought that was.
That's why Fanta was, is because they needed a new drink.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it must be the same story that I'm thinking of. I was thinking of the guy, and you were thinking of the pop. But I don't know. It's not like a Nazi thing. And then like what I really don't like is when people are like, oh, Mercedes built this many Nazi tanks. No, well, they were kind of forced to. The Nazis came in and said, you have to do this or we're gonna kill you. There of course were the Nazis at the Nuremberg trials that tried to say they were told to do shit, but they were told to do such atrocious shit they could have said no and shot themselves. But they didn't. They chose to be the most awful monsters they could be. But like these other people, like they were just forced to make war machines. It's not like they had any other choice. And I don't like it when people are like, Mercedes-Benz made so many, or Volkswagen. Well, I guess Volkswagen, though, is truly German-born, because Hitler made Volkswagen, didn't he?
I have no clue on that one.
I'm pretty sure Hitler made Volkswagen the people's vehicle. That's what Volkswagen it translates as, I'm pretty sure. And so that one's German through and through. But like Mercedes-Benz played a huge part in the war because they had a lot of factories in Germany and they were all converted to factories that made shit. And I think US government tried to sue them and they lost the suit because the people were like, we literally had no choice. We would have died. And not only that, but they had, evidence of like all the stuff they had done before that. And they were like, see, we were actually good people before. We didn't want to be Nazis.
I don't want to be a Nazi.
I want to be good.
We were bad, but now we're good. Sex Offender Shuffle is one of the best videos of all time.
Have you ever? Do you know how World War I started?
Franz Ferdinand was just taking a stroll.
Yeah. Have you ever watched a video about who it was to blame?
Before anything else, have you ever seen the video of? it's the video of the dog wearing a king's their whatever robe in a crowd, and he's being pulled on a blanket across the hardwood floor, and it's just like Franz Ferdinand in the 1940s.
I've seen that.
It's like when he's told he's not supposed to go somewhere.
Franz Ferdinand. Here he goes.
It's such a good video.
Yeah, I watched a thing about that, I thought it was always weird during school because the school didn't emphasize enough what happened during they call it, I think, the July crisis, because that's the month that it started. I don't know what year it started, but it was the month of July, I believe, and they call it the July crisis, or the whatever crisis, that month crisis. Yeah. And the two countries that clearly, from any perspective, I think that you would see started it are Serbia and Austria-Hungary, because they were the two countries that were involved. Yeah. But I watched a video, and this video did a way better job explaining history than any class I ever took, because the classes I took, they said there was, the Franz Ferdinand was shot, and Serbia, and they said that this is what I was told in school. They said that the tensions between Serbia and Austria-Hungary were so high that they really wanted to go to war after what had happened. And Austria-Hungary was very mad that their heir had been murdered. But what pisses me off is it actually was a lot more. They didn't say this in school. They in the end, you know, the Treaty of Versailles, they blamed Germany. And they said it was Germany's fault, and the Treaty of Versailles said Germany couldn't have a military and all that stuff. And then Hitler just said they can, and that's the appeasement stuff where they just let Hitler do all that shit until he invaded Poland. They're like, no, stop! But the Treaty of Versailles was a bit too harsh on Germany. And when I was young and they didn't teach history well in school, it was kind of hard for me to understand why Germany got blamed. And it's still, when I watch videos, and a lot of the videos say that Germany isn't to blame, because what happened that really started the war, that it was the spark that lit the keg, was obviously Archduke Ferdinand being assassinated. But the Serbia and Austria-Hungary didn't want to go to war as bad as like World War I displays it out to be. What happened was immediately fucking Russia. They thought Russia was kind of the ones that wanted to go to war because they had this. Yeah, and they had this idea kind of taking over Europe. And so they immediately told Serbia, because the big thing I'm sure you know about how it broke out after Archduke Ferdinand was murdered was all the allies, you know, they were an ally of this country or an ally of that country, and so they all just declared war on each other because they were allies of countries that declared war on other countries. And so that, except France. France and Britain didn't declare war until Germany France did declare war, but Britain didn't until Germany did what they did, which is part of the reason Germany was blamed, because Britain won the war for the most part. But it was really Russia that started it, because they mobilized their military immediately, and they told Serbia that they had a blank check and they had their full support behind them for anything they wanted to do. And Serbia was kind of the instigator. Like you said, the guy, he was not supposed to be there in the first place. I can't remember what all led up to that, but like that place, even Serbia in whole didn't want Archduke Ferdinand there, but like this place in particular, I think they didn't want Archduke Ferdinand there. They didn't have a good relationship with Austria-Hungary, and so it was very dumb for him to be there. But what irritates me is the people that got hurt was Austria-Hungary, and then the very first country to talk about war was Russia, and they were like, Serbia, you've got our military, you've got everything. And Serbia didn't even want Serbia and Austria were kind of figuring out like, oh shit, what are we going to do? Nobody really wanted to go to war, and when war started, people didn't want to get in it so quickly. And in school, they taught me that like everybody declared war on each other immediately after the Duke was assassinated, which isn't the case. People really didn't want war, except Russia really did. And Russia and France were friends at that time with Serbia. And so they declared war on Austria-Hungary and Germany. Germany did not declare war yet. Germany, because Germany was really close to Austria-Hungary, and they were a very close ally. And so they were obviously going to declare war on them if they didn't already. And so that, I guess it would have just been more shit to do. But Germany wasn't even the first one to declare war. But Germany was the first one to go to action, because the first one to be really offensive was Russia. They walked into the room and like shoved everyone in their seats and stood up like they were the leader. I'm gonna run this shit. And then Germany was like, no, you're not. And Russia and France had declared war on Germany, so Germany went through Belgium and invaded France. That was like the first, action of the war. And so I learned a little more from that video. I was like, oh, I guess I see, and the big thing was, since they went through Belgium, that's why Britain entered the war. And they told us in school, I do remember the part, that the Britain didn't want to enter the war until Belgium was invaded. But I didn't know all the shit that had led up to this. And then And now I see, you know, since the British won, you know, the winners write history. And so they were like, yay, Germany is the bad guys because they invaded Belgium and brought us all into this shit. We didn't even want to be involved. You guys could have all killed each other and we wouldn't have cared. But Germany brought us into it, so they're the ones to blame. Which is not true. Russia and Serbia are the instigators, in my opinion. But a lot of people agree that what I think is weird is that Serbia and Austria-Hungary, the two countries that, you know, that started the thing, Archduke Ferdinand was the heir to the Hungarian-Austria throne, and Serbia, the
Achievement,
Serbia
pay
terrorist
1,000
group is the one that killed him. And
square.
so that was it was those two countries that got it. They are not the ones that got blamed. It was Germany.
I'm fair with blaming Germany for everything.
What I really want to know is nobody talks about the alternative history. I just want to know not if somebody else won the First World War or some shit. I just want to know, like, if the Treaty of Versailles wasn't so harsh on Germany, because, like, that's the other thing that the guy showed in his video. Germany, one of the big things that they used as evidence when World War I was over. I don't know if you know this, but you probably don't. When Snowden leaked all those documents, you know that. You know Snowden, right? You're not so yeah. He leaked all those documents. Some of those documents actually showed war plans that we have with allies like Britain and shit. We don't have plans to go to war with Britain, but it's like, if shit happens in Britain, this is what the USA's response is. And every country has those. When the First World War broke out, a lot of countries immediately made plans for, like, okay, if we win the war, this is what we'll do, or this is how we'll split it up, you know, and shit like that. And so one of the biggest things for all the countries to blame Germany for the First World War is they literally had a government like, I don't know what you'd call it. A bill, I guess, in American terms. They basically had a government bill about what they were going to do with all of Europe if they won the war.
I'm just
and
I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill.
You're not even listening to me. You're
I'm
just
listening.
picking out words that I say. What am I talking about?
You're talking about the plans that they would make. And you're describing it as a bill for the war.
I was not talking about that. I was actually talking about
you were talking about the ones that Snowden leaked.
No, I'm talking about the Treaty of Versailles. That too.
I know what you're talking about better than you do.
No, you don't. You just remembered that because I asked you that question because you didn't even know what a 50-cent piece looked like, so I had to make sure you knew who fucking Edward Snowden was.
You didn't respond to every single word I said, so I'm gonna act like a little girl that's just like, you're not listening to me and my feelings. We don't gotta go silent. Oh. That just means you gotta stop talking.
Oh, did the teenage girl say something? I thought you were thinking about your feelings. I started doing something that actually mattered. I didn't have time to talk to the person who didn't know what fucking U.S. currency looks like, the country that he lives in.
Oh my gosh. I need to move. Dump truck out of the way. That's a pretty good road built. I'm happy. So that should pay us with flying colors. Can I spectate the convoys? Huzzah! Let's watch it complete, hopefully. He says with hope.
There they go, leaving the port. I wish you could spectate from the driver's seat. No, what I really wish you could do is fucking drive! I wish you could do that part. That's SnowRunner.
Yeah, but the point is that you construct these roads so they can drive.
Yeah, I know what the point is. I've been watching you play the game, but I want to do that job more. That seems more fun to me. I would have had more fun driving that truck through what you just drove through to make the road. That truck could have made it through there if you or me were driving it, but no, they need these incompetent drivers, and they need you to build them a road.
They are pretty incompetent drivers, I'll agree with that one.
And he narrowly made it around that pole.
Oh,
jeez.
come on. Make it through. Make it through. Come on.
No,
change your camera view. He's like humping the other one. He's gonna hump him through it. Come on.
No.
There's three. They keep adding on. Once the third one hits, he'll get past the tree.
I'm a little worried about this tree.
They're backing up.
I think you might need to fix the tree conundrum.
Don't push harder into the tree. Go to the left. Go around it.
Harder.
Building. Move out of the way. The one in the back's just passing over. What is happening? Camera view. What the? What happened? What happened? Oh no! I gotta move the tree, I guess. What happened? Oh, where exactly was it that it failed? Oh my gosh. What a wild camera view. Oh my gosh. So roll it. Let's see if I can roll the tree out of the way. Building just blocks a thing getting flipped over. You just come back and it's just tip. It's probably the worst vehicle to try to do this with.
When could you ever an asshole?
You're quiet. What?
Wait, I'm real quiet. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Tree. Okay, yeah, this is true. Alright, yeah, that did nothing. I don't know why I thought it would. That was dumb of me. I know what I need to do. We're gonna make it complicated. And we're going to go to the garage. And we're... No, I'm not going to make it complicated. Let's make it easy. Let's get you. Oh, you're in the... Uh-oh. Good thing your engine's up high. I'm trying to think of something I can read about. It's something dumb. It's hard for me to always find a read. Like, when I find one,
Actually, usually I find the rants, and I think you just kind of don't listen, and you listen to the small words I say.
Literally was listening. The fact that everyone uses bears as the #1 definition for hibernation when they don't hibernate, it's pretty... It's annoying.
Oh, okay. Now you've got to teach me some biology. Bears don't actually hibernate?
They go into torpor instead, which is like hibernation on crack.
Oh my god, so this is like some biologist trash that only biologists would care about. And they basically
you said teach me something,
hibernate,
and
but
then
a
I try to
biologist-
teach you something, and you're like, oh, so it's just a drivel that biologists know.
Can you be honest with me, man? Is it hibernation?
No. It's completely different, because
No,
hibernation, they wake...
not. Only
Because
the
hibernation
frogs that
animal-
freeze themselves
In
hibernate.
hibernation, animals wake up constantly, and like they're not like in like torpor. Like you literally physically cannot wake the bear up unless you like start stabbing it.
And?
No,
Oh, you
Like,
could,
it is a,
you could
like-
kill a bear?
like it is a like deep sleep.
I knew it was in a deep sleep, but I thought like you could still wake it up. Like
It's
I
like-
thought if you like went up and
Like,
pushed on it, it
you
would
have
wake
to like
up.
try really hard. Like if you're just like around it, like if you're just pushing it, it's not gonna wake up. You know.
I can't believe that pushing on the bear wouldn't wake it up. Like You really don't think someone, like, if they went up to a bear and just pushed on it like a bed, they not laid on it, and
If they're
they
mid-torpor,
just
no.
pushed on it. That I can't believe that. I thought when bears hibernated that you could wake them up. So, but when you said an animal that's hibernating constantly wakes up, you said?
Yeah. Like, they are not in that deep sleep.
I
I don't know
thought
if
hibernating
constantly is
meant
the
they
right
were
word, but...
comatose. I thought they were dead.
What? No. No, see,
I
that's torpor is the one that's, like, way stronger. And
So when I think of hibernation, I'm thinking more of torpor than I am
Probably.
hibernation.
Probably.
How many animals torpor?
I think...
Mammals.
I think
How many mammals?
I couldn't tell you. I think squirrels are also torpor and not hibernation. Don't quote me on that. It's been a long time since because I did a research paper on it. It's been a long time. I forget if we use
Since
squirrels
you're a
as
biologist, did you know that
biologist,
I
it's a
learned
biology degree.
in bird class? Did you know that a long time ago we thought birds flew to the fucking moon and back to Earth?
I mean, birds are a whole thing that the biology world, they annoy me.
You knew about the conservation effort, but you didn't talk
the
about
biology
birds.
world basically sees birds as dinosaurs. So.
Oh my goodness, man! The biology world is. I would just lose my mind. You could not teach me biology. I can think of so many subjects that most people would just say, well, this is the answer, and I can sit and say, pondering the art and sitting and looking at the art, and people are like, oh, this is dumb, and they walk away. I can sit there and stare at this. I can sit and think of a quote from Immanuel Kant and think about it and think, and some people think that's dumb. But I just, man, with the fucking biology and the trees they try and put shit in, and now they're calling birds dinosaurs. I thought that alligators were the only living dinosaurs.
That's the thing, is alligators and birds are apparently they share like a most recent common ancestor, which is like how they divide
weird.
the tree of life, so they call it like birds and alligators are right next to each other on the theory of evolution.
Well, on the theory of evolution, I heard we came out of the water and there were 3 mammals, and we all go back to one of those 3 because it became the dinosaurs.
I'm completely.
Well, no, I guess. Well, that doesn't make sense because fish would have still been in the ocean. And I just heard myself in the chat there in your thing, and I said that wrong. They weren't mammals when they came out of the water; they were still reptiles. They became mammals later. I think mammals showed up after the dino. Wait, I wonder if that's right. When I watched this video, it said that, but I think.
Dude, all this extra work, and all I had to do was just go that way. So dumb. I can watch them instead of do whatever failure they did earlier. Gosh. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are they going that way? That is not where I... Where are you going? Where are you going? The route is literally... What? Why are you all going that way? What am I looking at? Yeah, no wonder
You're looking
I
at a
failed.
tree cluster.
Add new
jam.
point. There's never a point there. Oh, I have an extra point here on accident. Okay, so they were trying to do one big loop. I was like, what in the world? Freaking these drivers are on crack. Maybe if the GPS says turn right, But there's an orphanage to your right. You don't slay him to the orphanage, you stupid driver. You're seriously going to get stuck on that pole.
I will find anything to get stuck on.
Oh my gosh. These drivers.
I know. I
Really?
just, no matter what you do, they just keep piling up in this 3-line caterpillar.
They're a special breed. Gosh.
And this is why SnowRunner was a better game. I think if you were in that truck, you could figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, but once again, that's not the point of this game. The point of this game is you to build up their civilization so they can drive around it.
This is a Mudrunners game, actually.
What?
This is a Mudrunners game. It's supposed to be about a survival game, getting your truck from point A to point B. It's not supposed to be about building fucking roads.
If this
It
dude
was
gets
Mudrunner, then it was SnowRunner, and now it's
This
fucking ROADCRAFT. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, it's not about building roads, it's just called ROADCRAFT. But put in that argument.
Yes, I don't like it.
You don't like it, doesn't mean that's not what the game is.
But I have to take wolf. I'm consumed. It looks like SnowRunner. I miss SnowRunner.
wait till you learn that SnowRunner is still around.
Yeah, I miss playing it like with you, but you probably wouldn't play because you're too busy playing Call of Shit all the time.
No, I have other friends out there.
Yeah, your PlayStation friends, your better friends. Your second class
not
friend that
me.
you only come to when you need a streamer.
I literally text you. What?
Yep. Because you know your PlayStation friends aren't on.
What?
They go to bed too early.
Bruh. Truck, if you get freaking... You're joking! Oh my gosh. Yeah, you... Hit him over that line, come on. Let me get on the back end to help everyone out.
Oh my
We all
goodness. No
push.
matter what, these trucks will
Oh, there's
get
another
stuck.
one coming. If we all push at the
I
same
think
time...
if they push him, it's gonna get him more stuck. Yeah, Dougie, this is worse.
Nope, we're golden. They're going through. We're going through.
But are you gonna get the last one through?
We're going through. We're going through. Come on, buddy. Keep going.
Now you gotta go check on the first guy to make sure he doesn't get stuck again.
Dang it!
Yeah, I was worried about the last one.
I thought I had him too.
I'll just pull him right over.
You gotta, like, put a new dot, like, every 5 feet to make these reds. Gosh. Ah, gosh. Honk at me. Why are you... The arrogance to honk at me. Like, broski. No way you're stuck again. Go forward. Freaking awful drivers. Oh my gosh. Just pass the first guy. He's a struggler. Just pass him. There you go. Come here, buddy. Oh my gosh. This is something. Kinda sad he disappeared the millisecond I went to hit him. We will get through this. Good job. Well, we finally home free. Bro, go forward.
No, I
Go
refuse. I'm just
forward.
gonna stop right here.
Go forward. What are we doing? Yeah, everyone push him and go forward. Come on. It's a team effort. Come on. Oh my gosh, he got stuck on a rock. Bro.
There, strike. Yep, there they go.
Stick to the right side because there's less rocks. So if we do it like that, because they'll probably do some stupid turn, make them slow turn. My gosh, it's like, is this what like being a daycare worker is like, and like hurting the toddlers? Like, is this what it feels like? They did it! Finally! My gosh. Why was that so hard? Switch to mass for a second. Sensitivity is a million. Jeez. Get in there. You get the freaking net building. You do it with a smile on your face. Holy crap. Objective completed. Shut the roof. That could not have been anyone.
did it.
Okay,
Man, I
I'm
get to
looking
hear
at the
this
map.
chick's voice. Great.
And I think we're going to need a bridge.
Hooray.
How about a quick survey of the riverbank on the other side? Find
Our
some high ground
favorite.
and check it out. We'll need some solid footing for our heavy machinery to cross.
You know what a bridge means? The end of the street.
Well, what would we do
that's very
without this
good.
dumbass
And
bitch?
we get to experience bridge building next time, which is gonna be lit. It's gonna be fun.
Next time.
And everyone's gonna come back for it. Maybe tomorrow night. I'm not 100% sure, but
You can't do
hopefully
that.
tomorrow
You've got
night.
so many viewers.
But
You're gonna leave us
it's
now
gonna
at
be
this high
awesome.
point?
It's gonna be great, and everyone's gonna be happy. And we're gonna build a bridge, and we're gonna do it together out of friendship and love and happiness. Anyways,
That sounds bad.
yeah, it's gonna be a GG's. It's very happy for the stream. Thank you for everyone for coming out. It's definitely my best YouTube stream so far, with like a consistent like 14, 15 viewers. Can't complain.